feel better than I did earlier today. I was feeling bad today. Now I feel better.
We're on the internet. Okay.
Hey,
we're on the internet.
No announcements except follow at BoltRPG on Twitter. That's it. Let's play a fucking game.
Hell yeah. Everyone ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Ooh, I don't.
All right. Get ready to get railroaded, everybody. Just kidding. We were just talking about getting railroaded and how awesome it would be if someone would just railroad our players. And I'm here to railroad our players hard.
I can't.
DM stands for something else tonight.
I can't. Stop it. Stop it.
This stream is rated TV-14.
I will turn this stream around.
MA-17?
John.
Get real weird.
Don't make me come back there.
Don't make me come back
I should have a sign. I should have a sign that I can touch.
Don't make me tap the sign.
Right there. Right
Don't
there.
make me go back there.
I'm gonna put one up. Okay. Awesome. All right, everybody, let's get started. Welcome back to Ceres Station, where shit's going down. You all...
The official travel series. Shit's going down.
You all snuck into the communications relay in an attempt to restore communications so you can get in touch with Rico, who's repairing Vance's ship. Hope he's okay. So you can figure out what's going on with Juris Gear and why does he want to talk to Al so bad?
My sparkling personality.
And so Pallas can get in touch with his parents and get him to pay Vance so he doesn't die. Those are our goals, and we are sneaking into the communications relay when you come across a band of
boobs,
mercenaries, ne'er-do-wells, thugs, mercenaries, violent people, who knows? You found out when you snuck up on them, confronted them, and they all drew their weapons on you, asked you who you worked for, and seemed very suspicious. They were also trying to break into the communications relay for Juris Gear, who seemed to have a similar goal of restoring communications on Ceres. They quickly recognized Al, who they are also supposed to be looking for, and they made a sort of soft deal where they said, we're not going to shoot each other. Come with us after we get the communications relay up and running, and we're going to be fine. Under the watch of the surveillance ornithopters circling overhead, you snuck carefully into the communications relay, down this massive pit, following the spiraling staircase, entering the side of the wall and looking down through the glass windows into this massive, basically hole in the floor of Elysium in the Ceres station. You get to the bottom and it's this big dish that you're sitting on top of. You can see the glass windows on either side let you see out to the surface of Ceres. You can see the pockmarked asteroid surface with abandoned stations, and then the curving, beautiful Elysium kind of extending around and out of sight along the sides of the station. Pallas quickly went to work getting the communications relay up and running and realized that communications weren't down. They were off. They had been switched off on the station to prevent people from communicating with each other. Who's responsible? Whoever had access to that communications relay. We're not sure. We do know that the signal to switch the communications off originated on Ganymede, a Valent Corporation hub and retreat for people in Elysium. And it also originated at the same time as an ice mine explosion, which is the nominal reason why Ceres is in collapse. After this ice mine explosion, they shut off the water, they instituted a curfew, and they locked people down and into the station, preventing them from leaving and preventing them from accessing resources. In this way, Valent Corporation has, for years and years and years, kept the people of Ceres under its thumb. Anyway, back into the communications relay. Pallas gets in, realizes that this relay is just off, and it can be switched on. No problem. The other thing Pallas realizes is that there is a massive amount of data stored on this communications relay.
Oh.
A data mine.
Yeah.
With information about everyone who's ever taken a paycheck on Ceres. Information about their habits, information about their productivity, information about how they move and work, information about their the way they use technology, information about how good they are at their jobs. A massive amount of information with an incredibly granular level of detail about every single person who works on Ceres. Millions of people, many of whom are currently trapped on the station. As you hacked in and switched on the communications relay, with an errant slip, forgetting a tiny detail in the process, the communications on Ceres lit up all at once. And Palace, as he was trying to shut it back down and get control, saw flashes of the different events happening on Ceres all over the place. A crowd of people rushing the barricade in one of the docks. Another group of people in pitched conflict with Valent Corporation security. A moment where a ship breaks away from the dock clamp, taking part of the station with it. And during this power surge, as the communications come back on, the thrusters that spin Ceres, providing its gravity, flicker out for a moment, and everyone's weightless for just a second. And the thrusters kick back on, and everyone lands back down on their feet. Their terminals are hot in their hands as a communication just floods back in, and everyone gets their phones off of airplane mode. Al, you quickly receive 2 messages.
Oh, I don't have a terminal.
You don't. You're right. So you do not receive 2 messages. Never mind. You look up and you see 2 ornithopters, which are lazily circling overhead, suddenly tuck their mechanical wings close to their bodies.
Oh, fuck no.
Let out a kind of trilling screech as they dive down into the communications relay towards you.
Nope.
Your companions, the mercenaries who work under Juris gear, leap into action. The small kid with the dual pistols and the giant robotic companion suddenly tucks into his robotic friend, and he kind of shields him and tucks him underneath. And they start running towards the wall. The leader unfurls her wings and shoots up towards the surveillance drones.
God,
The
that's hot.
Ed, the massive hulking thug, I guess, like he's this huge massive bald dude with a huge laser sword on his back, flips the laser sword on, orange glow heats up the servers, and he starts running for the staircase.
Oh,
You see above you your the leader of these mercenaries engages with one of the drones. Her hidden blades embedded in her forearm shoot out, and she grabs this drone, and they start tumbling through the air, slamming into the sides. Glass starts to shatter and rain down on top of you, and the other drone is flying down towards you. It lands in front of you with a crash on top of one of the servers like a vulture. Its head is this massive camera lens, and it kind of turns and looks at all of you, and you see a single red dot in the center of its eye. You absolutely can shoot it. Shoot it.
Shoot.
Roll.
Oh, holy fuck, dog. Damn. Oh my god.
The communications relay lights up with red flashing lights. You start hearing sirens going off. It seems the alarm has been tripped.
Can I turn it off? No, it's too late. Shit.
Yeah, everyone can do an action before something happens again. It's fine. Al is shooting. You want to shoot? Go ahead and shoot.
I would like. I'm gonna disrupt. I want to effortless disrupt the vulture.
Okay.
So I'm spending 2 tenacity. Oh my god, y'all! I need tenacity so bad.
I rolled a 9.
9 hits.
Ooh.
You raise your drill and starts to slam into the side of this drone. The camera lens cracks on one side. It kind of shakes its head and flaps its wings for a second. It kind of readjusts on the server.
I drop to my knee with my sniper rifle, and I kiss the last charge on this bad boy,
Oh, no.
and I roll an 18 to hit
Holy shit!
and a perk. A
Double
4
damage.
On a D4.
Fuck
Yeah, how do you
off.
finish
So-
this fucking thing?
Well, I do 20 damage. I want everyone to know that.
Holy fuck!
I don't even need to fucking disrupt. Then I won't disrupt. I'm taking
Yeah,
it
then don't
back
do
because
it.
it didn't take
You
effect.
get on your terminal and you see
So-
this. Go for it.
Yeah, so the last episode, gang, I had opened up the gas on the hilt to
God.
turn my sniper rifle into essentially the blaster off of a spaceship, like a fighter ship, and I just like with the last bit of juice left in this gun, throw it all the way open. Because apparently it was only halfway open, it had been jammed.
God.
And so I crank that bad boy straight open, and it's like not even a bolt anymore, it's just like a phase beam from Star Trek that just slices this thing in half and takes out like the walls and some of the support beams.
You're like one of those bitches who opens up the
Hell yeah.
lighter. You like take the safety off the lighter so the flame is like 2 inches long.
That's not what taking the safety off the lighter does.
Yes, it does, isn't it?
It just makes it easier to.
It makes it easier to, yeah.
Listen, I've done research.
Then how? I know you've done
You
Sorry.
crank
Some lighters
your weapon,
the flame length.
and the flame is like 2 inches long as you just fire this
Completely
thing,
unrelated.
It slices the drone in half, its innards spilling out, sending sparks and fuel spilling all over the server floor.
Jesus.
It falls in a heap. Right as that happens, you see the leader of these mercenaries with her short cropped black hair and her blue shimmering tattoo of the dragon just come crashing down out of the air. 3-point landing with this drone underneath of her. She removes her spike from its chest and she looks at all of you and she says, "Run!" And she flies back up. You gotta run.
Yeah. Let's go. So
Yeah.
so just to go back over it to clarify. So I was not able to get the communications to turn on for only us, right? It's on for everyone.
No, you got it. It happened. You were successful, but it just your complication was that it popped back on for just a second and set off the alarm.
Great. Okay, cool. Awesome.
So you have control over who has communications on Ceres.
Fuck yeah, because I said the thing about the people. Great. Amazing.
Yeah. You're good. You're good. This is just your complication for a very big reward.
Yeah.
A very big
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah.
So you start sprinting up the communications relay. Alarms are going off all over the place. You reach the top, and you see the 6 mercenaries who you're with. The small kid or teenager with his robot, the leader with the wings, and Ed, and then 3 other sort of like tattooed, well-armed, prickly, kind of disheveled looking mercenaries. They all kind of group up together, and you see the kid sort of cradled in this robot's arm take out his terminal, start frantically typing, looking around, kind of muttering to himself. He hits a button, and you see the group of 6 fan out on the road, and in the distance you hear this like whirring sound, and you feel the ground kind of like start to shake a little bit, just a little, and a car, a hover car that's been outfitted with weapons and a platform comes shooting out of an alley, drifts out into the street, and rolls up on you. Everyone piles in. The leader is kind of circling overhead, and you hear her shout from above, "They're coming!" And she looks at Vance and says, "There's room. Come with us or go on your own. It's your choice."
I dive in.
Okay, good.
So
Hell yeah.
scared.
You dive in. Right as you dive in, you see out of that same alley a group of 3 Valent security sprint out after the car. And it takes you a moment to recognize them as Valent security, because you've seen like the normal masked, armored Valent security guards before, a formidable force. But these security guards, wearing the purple V of the Valent Corporation on their chest, the same kind of matte black helmet that doesn't reflect any light, and the big armored shoulder pads, are moving inhumanly quickly. They are wearing something in their suit is causing them to move with incredible speed. They're taking strides that are like 10, 12 feet long as they are just running after this car. They slide on one hand on the concrete, and you see one of them a huge blade appears around their fist,
Oh,
and they
fuck.
start to all run after you.
No.
All right, I take my rifle, which is like I've just like dove into the car. My rifle's like this. I like slam it onto the floor of the car and like kick the butt, and this cast like smoking cartridge flies out of the handle. And I just look at all of these ne'er-do-wells and hold out my hand. I'm like, listen, if anyone's got sniper rifle charges, cannon charges, ion blaster charges, this thing takes most of them. I could use a couple right now.
The kid who has kind of slid out of the embrace of his robot gets into the driver's seat and pulls down his goggles. He's like, "Fuck yeah!" Pulls up his handle, and the console opens up, and it's just this arsenal of shit in the car.
I take a handful, and the rifle is like one hand is like popping it up as the other hand like slams the charges in, and I want to know. I assume this would be equivalent of taking. I want to apply 2 tags to this, which
Okay,
would be
we're
like
gonna be in an initiative order in a second. Al, you were gonna do something.
I would like to tap the driver on the shoulder and very politely whisper in his ear, "Where's the engine access?"
He looks at you and he's like, and he kind of points to the front of the car where the hood is, and he's like,
You want to pop that for me, buddy?
Are you gonna get out of a moving car?
We're gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
Here, and he kind of like takes the front panel and rips it off and throws it into the street, and you can see that you can
Jesus.
like crawl under and get access to the engine there. He's like, hold on tight, and he pulls his goggles down. The robot, his robot companion, sort of like gets on the back of the car, and it sort of like sinks down a little bit. It's this really heavy, massive sewer processing biomedical matter processing robot. It has like a glowing furnace in its belly.
That's so
tiny
fucking
little head
good.
and tiny little arms. Grabs onto the back, and the kid punches it. The car instantly rockets into the distance, and you can see that the guards are gaining on you.
Fuck
Great.
We are.
off.
So
Everyone roll to notice, please.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Al. You're gonna have time to do your stuff, but roll to notice before we get started.
oh my god, I didn't do terrible on this for once.
This is a difficulty 8.
Fucking balls. Ooh, hell yeah, dog. Notice? Shit
Yeah.
yeah. I got a 12 with a perk.
Holy shit!
I
Yeah.
got a 13 with
I
a
got
complication.
I got a 10 and nothing.
Okay,
A 2.
so you all succeed. Everyone gets to ask 2 questions about your enemies and about the situation that you're in. You can ask about your companions in the car. You can ask about the car itself. This is going to be a combat encounter, so there are mechanics at play. Cover is involved. There are different things you can do, and you're welcome to ask questions, or you can just be creative. The perk gets 3 questions
Okay.
total.
Oh god.
So you get to ask 3. The complication, you get to ask 1. Okay. So
I
just
rolled a
take away one of them.
13.
I know, but you got your complication, and like I could just do a more creative complication thing, but
No,
at this point, I think it's better to.
It's fine
roll
because
it.
I'm trash at thinking of questions.
Carrie,
so...
Smith, you wanna go first?
I get 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they all look equally strong?
Yes, they all look equally strong.
How hard do I have to hit them for them to die?
You get the sense that these are normal people. They probably have like between 10 and 14 hit points, but they are wearing a lot of armor, and you kind of get the sense that there's probably some sort of technological shielding happening as well.
Okay, I'm not gonna inquire for more information on that, but
Mechanically, they're always in partial cover, and there's a damage threshold you have to pass before it passes damage onto them.
okay, understood.
God,
Have
asking
to do
questions
more
is
damage then.
asking questions is hard as fuck. Let me see. So
There's a car that has an arsenal. The car can do different things. Your companions can do different things.
Yeah.
The enemies have things you can know about them.
Tell me.
You're also racing through Elysium, so there's like stuff there.
Right. Tell me about. I'm assuming at some point we're gonna take a hard turn. Do these people look like maneuverable, or are they like?
The robot looks like it's going to cause the car to be less maneuverable, but the robot companion is powerful, and in a melee situation, probably a good asset.
Great. What about the suits?
The suits are very maneuverable.
Fuck. Okay.
They're a lot more nimble than the car is.
Okay. Good to know. And is there anything that I could see that would tell me like weak spots, anything like that, joints?
Yeah. They're small, and they're moving very quickly. You get the sense they have like superhuman reflexes, but they're not heavy.
Okay.
They can't lift like they like in a fight against a car and a person in the suit. The person in the suit would probably be okay if the car hit them, but they would fly pretty far. Like the physics of the situation are still real. They can't stop a bus with their hands. Like that's. And as far as weaknesses go, they're outfitted with tons of technology. So anything you can do to disrupt technology and use that against them is definitely a weak point in your mind as a hacker.
Yeah. Great. That's it.
Awesome. Al.
Do I get the impression that we might be able to outdrive them?
You'd have to have a good driver, and you don't know how good this kid is at driving. Right now, the car is, with your expertise, this car is sort of like a hot modded, like cargo hauler.
Yeah.
And outfitted to be a dragster.
Okay. My question more specifically was like, because I wanted to look at the engine, like, am I under the impression that I could make us?
With successful checks, you can create more opportunities to succeed when the driver tries to do things. Like the driver's ultimately in control. You can create situations where he automatically succeeds on the things he's trying to do.
Okay.
So communication with the driver will be helpful.
Okay.
Also looking at the situation, like you're sort of like a co-pilot where you're driving the car in a more direct way, like you're kind of in the engine. So you have control over how the car works.
Yeah.
If you successfully do the things you want to do.
Okay.
Sick.
Awesome. So back in the scene, you all slide out of this situation. The Valent guards are hot on your heels. You can hear their armor clanking against the concrete. They're leaving like divots of concrete like flying up behind them. There's dust in the air. You can smell ozone coming from the overheating engine of this cargo car. There's like lights. You can kind of like the afterburners on this thing are kind of like pod racer style, leaving this trail of smoke and burning air behind you. And you all are speeding out of here. You can see the kid on his terminal driving with one hand, on his terminal with the other, trying to he sends up a map, and this is GPS and you see like a bunch of other guards that are sort of like tracking your location, trying to intercept you, and he spins in a huge drifts out. The tail of the car slides back. The robot sticks his arm into the concrete, and all this dust goes up as he kind of assists with the turn, and you all speed into an alley. The guards follow behind you. Let's claim actions.
That is so fucking rad, John. Holy shit.
Yes, what's your question?
The answer is probably no, but I've got a thing in my list that says I can put 2 tags on an action, but if I claim like 3 actions instead of 2 to shoot, could I do 2 tags on it?
Applying a tag, now that the action of applying a tag is now you get to do 2 tags at once because you have that ability.
I don't have that ability.
Oh, you don't have that ability.
I don't have that, so I can only.
You have to choose one. Yeah, you have to have that ability in your tree in order to do 2 tags on one attack.
That makes it easy. Okay.
Cool. All right, let's claim actions. Anyone doing 1 action?
That's me.
Sweet. My guys are doing 2.
2.
Okay. Pal.
Okay. First of all, my name is Palace. And second of all, I'm not your pal.
Damn right. Honestly. Excuse me.
I'm going to effortless disrupt one of these bitches. Unless they're too far. Are we in the same zone? I should have asked that
Um,
first.
I think there's at least a zone away at this point. They're not close enough
Motherfucker.
to hit you.
Okay.
With anything.
Well, I can't do that then. Because they need to be in the same zone as me. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can help at all with the person who's driving, because he's trying to navigate and do this shit at the same time. So is there any way that I can help him?
Absolutely, you can absolutely use your action to help. His check to gain distance on these guys is going to be set pulled forward once.
Okay, great. Then that is what I'm gonna do, and that's it.
You what do you do to help him? He has his terminal up. He's kind of like driving with one hand.
Okay, I smack his hand away. I'm like, fucking look at the road, you idiot! And I'm gonna be on the terminal and just be like, just tell me what to do.
He grabs the terminal out of his hand. He's like, hey, and he starts directing you. You kind of quickly get the hang of it, and you have this heads-up display of this massive map. You can see all of these like Elysium spread out in front of you. You can see like this map is sort of like a big ring, and you zoom in on one part, and you can see you kind of snaking through the alleys, and all these Valent guards coming up close. You spin the wheel, and you can see an exit point that he's highlighted.
Fuck yeah.
That's a couple of clicks away up the curve of Elysium.
Okay.
Looks like they're gonna try to punch. You can look at it closer later.
Yeah.
You don't know what this entrance is. It's not one of the normal entrances.
Okay.
Okay. So that's one action. Two actions, my guys. They are going to move, and they're going to set a difficulty with this is a contested roll against the driver, to see if they can stay ahead. The driver's roll is pulled forward once, so I'm doing a d12. The driver will roll, and then my guys will roll. They're just gonna roll as a group. Yeah, what's up?
You know how I claim two actions? Is there a mechanic in which I could use one of my actions to help?
Yeah. If you would have done one action, you would have beat them. But because you did two, they go first, and if you wanted to help, it would affect the next check.
But how does that work?
What do you mean?
Like if I wanted to use an action to help the driver.
Mm-hmm.
And go to the next turn. It wouldn't help now.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're going after their check.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
So the driver rolls an 8 plus his pilot. He has a +2 to pilot, so he rolled a 10 on his d12. That's pretty good. My guys also have a +2 to pilot. Wait, is that right? No. They have +3 to pilot.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, they beat him. They rolled a 13. Or no, a 12.
Shit.
So, pretty good roll in the dice though. You see they gain on you. You're now in the same zone.
Okay.
If they gain again, they will be within melee range.
Whoop. Oh, no.
You can see them. The other two that are with the other guy both light up their swords. They're like the Halo style, like hand laser things that sort of just appear above their hands. It doesn't even look like they're holding anything.
It's so fucking cool.
It was really cool.
See one of them kind of sort of spin it and slice the wall a little bit, sort of absent-mindedly almost. And they're all gaining on you with these huge strides. One of them, you see these jets off their back launch him into the air, and he kind of like runs along the side of the wall above you and is looking like he's about to jump down. That's their turn. They get another action. They're all going to take submachine gun fire on you all since they gained.
Shit.
Okay.
They're all going to target the car.
Okay.
The car's armor is 3, so they have to do more than 3 damage to affect to actually damage the car.
Mm-hmm.
The car has 10 vitality before it starts to have to roll to endure. So actually, Carrie, can you keep track of the car's vitality?
Yes.
Since you're gonna kind of be in that zone.
That's so tight,
Excellent.
dude.
Rolls a wow, that's really good. They rolled a 15 and a perk, so they definitely hit
Oh no.
the car, and double damage. They're doing submachine gun fire, so they all do 8 damage to the car.
They all do 8 damage to the car?
We're gonna say that this is they're moving really fast. Doing machine gun fire from this distance means that they roll as a group. If they get closer and we're sort of in melee range in scrapping, then we'll do them as 3 individuals. But in this situation, they're just like spraying the alley with machine gun fire.
Total.
8 total. So it does 6 damage to the car.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This is the end of series.
This is it. This is the end. This is all.
Taking your time to watch.
You see machine gun fire spray across the robot. Sort of backs up against all of you and puts its arms up, and ting, all of his bullets are bouncing off of it. One of the engines sputters and kind of goes. This black smoke starts trailing behind you all. The car sort of lists to one side, and the right side is sort of scraping against the concrete, sending up sparks. Anyone 3 actions?
No.
What?
No, we
Us
didn't have anyone,
2.
right? Oh yeah. And everyone with 2 gets to go. Sorry, I forgot.
Great.
So Vance, you can go.
Okay. I slap these new cartridges and like kind of don't know which kind they are because so many different ones fit in this gun. And I look at whoever is sitting next to me in the car, who is
You're between the robot and Ed.
okay. So I look at Ed and I lean over him. I'm like facing out the back window. I lean over him and I start rolling down the window, the rear window, and I just say, "Hold my legs." And I take the rifle and slide fully out
Oh my
the
god!
window, and Ed holds me out as I'm like hanging out of this car, and I just whisper, I shout out with this gun. I go, 2 birds, 1 big ass laser, and I
You
let
idiot!
loose.
Hell yeah.
This is bonkers, y'all.
So it's a 19 hit.
Oh, absolutely hits one of these guys. Which one are you doing? The one up on
I'm
the wall
using
or
this.
one of
This is double shot. This is my
a double shot.
tactic.
Okay, so
I'm
the
using
2
double
on the.
shot.
We'll say the 2 that are next to each other on the bottom get this.
And it's a perk.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I despise
So
you, Smith
it's
Waylet. I despise you.
20 damage to 2 of them.
Okay, so they have armor. Their armor is 4. So each of them take 16 damage. Can you roll a d4 for me, please?
2.
Because you took this random piece of ammo. Yeah, so in addition to your double, they both get the ignite tag. And you send out this huge canister of a shell. It's moving so slow compared to what normally comes out of your gun. It splits and slams into them. They both tumble on the concrete and slide. They both kind of stand up and keep going, and they're both start to have fire that spreads on their armor and it's trailing behind them.
Bruh.
They look like they are both pretty significantly damaged.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, but they're still coming.
Damn it.
Yeah, it looks like actually can you no, never mind. You can if you're interested in more details about them, you can ask about it, but they are they're still coming for you.
Oh, lot they coming.
Oh,
Cool.
Lord, they're coming.
That's that. Al, you're up.
Okay. There's an engine that is sputtering, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put my first plan on hold and I'm going to attend to that. My question for you is, as an empath mechanic, if I use my abilities on an engine, can I get the car its vitality back?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. So gonna work on that. I would like to fix the engine, please.
Okay, are you using an empath ability for this?
I will stay.
Okay, so my endure check is pulled forward, right?
Roll wield empath against difficulty of 8 plus target's vitality. Target regains vitality equal to the difference. Your next roll to endure is set back once.
Okay, so make your roll.
Okay, so I'm wield. This is the first time I've done this, you guys. I'm sorry. Or the second. Wield empath against 8 plus target's vitality. What does that mean? Help.
What's the target's vitality?
2 right now.
So 8 plus 2 is 10. You're rolling against a difficulty of 10.
Okay. I have to roll above 10.
Yes, in order to heal it.
Holy fuck.
Should have put more into my empath abilities, huh?
You can also use tenacity to buff this. Like,
Yeah, use that tenacity. You got like 15.
Yeah, I only have 8 right now.
That's so fucking much. Do you know how much I have? Like
up to you.
5.
You can use this is the resource for you to use if you want. But
I'll
right
try.
now, just mechanically, the next check to try to stay ahead is pulled back once. is set back once, basically, because of this this problem with the engine.
So if I give it more vitality, can I not have it set back? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Oh no, wait. I thought it was an 8, but it's 3. Fuck me running.
Burn it.
Okay.
Burn it.
3
Do it.
plus, hold on.
I'm
Jeez.
pressuring you.
6, 7, 8. And then target regains vitality equal to the different. Okay, so I rolled an 8 total. To even get it, I'll just burn all my tenacity.
Do all but one, because if you lose all your if you go to 0 tenacity, then something bad happens.
Okay.
Holy shit.
So 8 plus 7, so it gets 5. It gets 5 back.
Okay, so we're at 7.
Yeah. Awesome.
So describe what happens. This is like you have this like biomechanical connection to this machine. This is not normal fixing shit. You run to the back, you put your hand on the engine. What happens?
Well, I originally go. So what happens is I go in with my drill with the intention to like fix it, and I realize it's like a little beyond what I can do. So I put all the pieces in the right place and I shake my hands around it, and like an energy happens where it fuses back together, and it's partially magical, partially mechanic, and completely like dope.
Hell yeah. You shape the energy of this machine, and it comes to life under your hands, and it shows you how to knit itself back together, and the engine comes back to life. The robot who's sitting next to this engine sort of like looks at you, and it has these like dead eyes, right? Because it's a machine, but it kind of looks at you, and it looks like it's trying to impart meaning to you somehow. Like you've made this sort of, like it's trying to connect with you, and it looks back at your pursuers.
I win.
Okay, so your allies go now, besides the driver.
I had one more action.
Oh, you do? Go. Sorry.
I would like to go back up to the driver and just like wait to help.
Do you want to take cover?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah. Great. Yeah, you can take me in the car, for sure.
Oh, fuck. I should have done that. Oh,
are you telling me that hanging my whole body out the window was not the strategic move right now?
I'm just imagining your cape is like billowing behind you, and you have your gun pointed out, and it's like sort of like being hidden by the cloak. It's dope.
That's the way that cars work. His cape would be like in his mouth because it would be moving forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like he's looking back, and the cape is like in front of him, and he's sort of like you can see his like visor kind of through the.
It
just looks like a Dementor, kind of like.
Listen.
Gay panic.
I did 40 damage with 2 turns, 2 actions, so
stop fucking bragging.
Just trust me that it looked cool right now.
Really hot.
It's arguably the sexiest man in armor has ever looked.
You can't see it all, but you know he can rip.
Oh my god!
Okay. Honestly, I like to think that these Baylor security guards are kind of like rethinking their whole position right now.
It's
they're
too
like,
loud.
Honestly, that guy can kind of get it.
He's shooting at me to kill.
Okay.
But also,
let's just go ahead and start. Our driver's just gonna take one action. He's gonna try to roll. His check is no longer set back. He's rolling against our enemies for to see who gains on who. If he beats them, you all are gonna leave their zone and get more distance. If you all, if they beat you, they will be on the car in melee range with people on it.
I need this man to win.
Okay, this was our driver. Rolls a setback and a 9. We'll touch the setback in a second.
Oh boy.
Our guys roll below that. They rolled a 7.
All right. Well.
So no. So you gain on them. Our setback. Here's what happens. You all are speeding through this alley. You're dodging obstacles. The flaming security guards with their armor and their glowing swords are chasing you. One of them jumps up on the wall and starts wall running after you. The driver sees this happen and tries to make a sharp turn and grabs it. The robot grabs the corner of a building, and you whip around it. The robot's arm
oh
pops
no!
off, and you all slam into another building. Everyone, please roll resist physical for me, please.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
God.
fucking great at this, dude.
Difficulty is 10.
I got a 10.
Okay, success.
Resist. Oh my.
There's no freaking way.
Don't forget your D4.
Yeah, no, dog. I got a
Oh,
2.
sorry. 3.
What was the thing?
2.
What I have to
Resist
roll?
physical. Yeah, resist physical.
What was the DC?
10.
God damn it! I rolled a 10, but it's a -2.
Oof. Okay, so we'll start with Al. Al, you take 2 damage
Great.
as you slam your body into the window. You leave this like bloody mark from your head on the windshield.
Jeez. Oof.
What'd you roll, Palace?
I got a 2.
2. You take 8 damage. You
No,
actually leave
in fact,
the
I am
car.
unconscious.
you leave the car and slam into the wall. As they're pulling away, you feel your leg just like snap
Oh
underneath
god.
you. The robot sees this happen, grabs you, and kind of cradles you under its one arm. Everyone else in the car is also going to roll.
Okay. Yeah.
2. They roll pretty high, so everyone else in the car is fine. But you need to roll to endure on your next thing. Okay,
Oh my god.
we're back. So that's what happens first. I also forgot to resolve everyone else's turns. Ed is just sitting on the back of the car, kind of out. It's sort of like I kind of imagine it like a I don't remember what that car is, but it's like a sedan but with a pickup truck bed. It's crazy. He stands up on the bed of the truck as these guards are approaching. He grabs the side as you make the turn and lights up his sword, and he looks ready to hit someone when they get close. The leader is soaring above you, and with a kind of Valkyrie-like screech, swoops down and tries to tangle with one of the guards on the bottom. She stabs him through the helmet. And you see a hole in the center of the glass shield. He tumbles and stumbles for a second, and then gets back up and keeps running after you, his arms kind of to the side, limply following, the legs seeming of a life of their own, chasing after you.
What the fuck?
Awesome. That's everyone. Okay, let's claim actions.
What actions? Okay, so since I am like down.
You claim as normal.
Okay.
You might not get to do them, but you claim as normal.
How? Fucking
You have to roll to endure above an 8 to do your next thing.
How many times can I disrupt during a turn?
This doesn't require a roll. You can disrupt as many times as you want.
Okay. I'll take 2 actions then.
Okay.
I'll take 2 as well.
Sweet.
Do 1.
1. Okay. Cool. All right. Back in the scene. You make this turn. Palace is unconscious, cradled by this massive robot. The robot's trying to catch Al's glance. The driver pulls forward and manages to skirt out ahead of these people. They're not in your zone anymore. But they're still chasing you. You have to pass 4 rounds before you get to your destination. So you have 3 left.
God, holy shit.
Okay. 1 action. Vance, you're up.
I see this dude take like a knife to the head and keep running, and I
Not normal.
I close up the gas so it's not gonna be this like Death Star like fan of laser anymore. It's just gonna be a normal shot, and I like snap over to his right knee, and I look at this chamber of mystery cartridges, and I just go, let's play some Romulan roulette, baby.
Ayo,
Hell
hey,
yeah.
yo, hey.
All right, that's a 15 to hit.
Yep.
And a setback.
Okay. Setback. Roll. How much damage do you do on this?
10.
10? Okay. You fire this mystery cartridge. It blows you back and almost knocks you off the car. Please roll to resist physical.
Oh my god, please roll high.
11.
Difficulty 8. Oh, yeah, you got it. It blows you back against the car. and you kind of slam your head, but you manage to grab onto the side view mirror and stabilize yourself. It seems like one of these cartridges went in backwards and then fired back at you.
Oh my
a little bit.
god!
And it sails across and it slams into this guy's knee, kind of buckles underneath of him, and he kind of gets back up. Something's up. This is not normal. It's on fire, and he just keeps coming.
Listen,
Cool.
folks, these are zombies. I've watched all the movies on Earth. We've got some real zombies. They're supposed to be slow, so I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade them to cheating zombies, and this whole encounter unfair. Let's pump the gas, gang.
Awesome. This guy who took the knife to the head grabs the leader's arm and suplexes her to the side. She slams into the wall and kind of like haltingly gets to her feet and flies back up to get out of melee range.
What is this woman made of? Holy shit!
He keeps running,
Wolverine
chasing the
stuff.
ar.
Yeah.
It's another Earth movie.
Yeah, that's all his actions. The other two are going to keep running and then take submachine gun shots. The one that's on fire, that's set back once.
Imagine that.
So we've got 2 people, and we'll just average out the damage here, depending on how they hit.
Are they still shooting at the car?
1 setback. Yeah, still shooting at the car.
Have I not drawn any of their ire hanging out of the window fully?
No.
Damn.
1 setback. The one that's on fire, the gun doesn't go off. Throws it to the side. It embeds itself into the concrete wall like you threw a knife.
Fuck.
The other one doesn't hit. Rolled a 2, so total 6. Sprays machine gun fire and doesn't manage to do any damage here. That was a bad round for them.
Yeah, terrible.
All right, we're good. That's their turns. 2 actions. Palace, you can go first.
I'm rolling to endure.
Yes.
Can I?
Difficulty 8. What? Oh, you want to go first?
I
Palace?
wanted.
Yeah, you go first.
Palace.
Okay, yeah, you can go. You can go. That's fine.
Yeah. So I wanted to do. How do I do a healing shot?
It's an item.
Oh, damn it. Turning which guarantees a success on there. So can I roll to stabilize?
Yeah, you can roll stabilize.
Okay, which is against a difficulty of 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have pretty high willpower, if you can believe that. So. Did you fucking break my leg a second time in a second place?
I quit.
What did you roll?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 1 on the dice. So
my god!
It's a 4, and
Okay.
I rolled a complication.
Okay, so you reach down and start to try to stabilize Pal's leg. You grab a piece of rebar and start strapping it down. Pal, you start to black out. You are in terrible pain.
Fuck! I am.
For your complication? Because the kind of standard one is that the roll to endure is set back once.
No, let's not do that. Can I instead just like have the rebar go into my hand or something?
Yep, you take 2 damage.
Cool.
As you go over a bump and you like the rebar goes like into your hand. You're like, awesome. Okay, Palace, roll to endure, please, using a D8 instead of a D10.
Oh my god!
Why?
Holy shit.
Wait, why is it set back?
Oh wait, no, sorry. You're right. It's not set back. It was a complication that you chose to do something else for. So D10. Sorry, my bad.
Excuse you.
I literally said that.
Oh my fucking god. No. Wait.
Okay.
5, 6. Wait.
It's against 8.
I'm gonna burn 1 tenacity because I rolled a 7. I'm gonna burn 1 tenacity.
Okay.
Which makes it an 8.
You recover 1 vitality.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
And you can take your actions.
Well, that kind of fucks me over. I'm gonna look back, and they're in the same zone as us, right? Or are they not?
We can say that you're on the edge. You kind of had a setback where you slowed down, but you kept you sped up ahead of them.
Okay.
So we'll say you're close enough to do disrupt if you want.
I'm doing effortless disrupt on one of them because I only have enough for one.
Okay. There's one that's very wounded. There's one that's on fire and sort of wounded, and there's one that hasn't been touched yet.
There are 3. Fuck,
There's 3.
dude. Okay. Fucking Christ. I'm gonna do the one that hasn't been touched yet. Increase the difficulty of checks made with that technology by your ranks in hack. I have a knowledge of 1. My ranks in hack are 3.
Okay.
Actions
So
that
all
don't
of his checks.
Yeah, so actions that don't require a check fail unless the user succeeds on a check 6 plus hack. So
your augmented reality lens starts to analyze this person's technology as you're sitting there getting stabilized by very painfully by Al.
stabilized, fucking
It targets
tortured.
and you see it highlighting the different pieces of technology picked up by your scanner.
Holy
There's
shit.
the armor. There's its weapon. It has a melee weapon and a ranged weapon, a submachine gun, and its movement apparatus. 3 different pieces of technology you can choose to disrupt.
Movement.
Movement. You zero in, and it has a jetpack on the side that lives short bursts, and this apparatus on its legs that helps them move with this inhuman speed. You see it start to lock up as you disrupt the sensors that keep it stabilized. This guy slows down. Nice
And
job.
then for my second action, I turn over and vomit into the into the truck bed of this car.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Very good.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Sounds good. Smith, we can take a break if you all want to, if you have stuff.
I just went to pee. So.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I just want to make sure. Okay, so that's 2 actions. Your allies are gonna go now. The leader. Did I write down her name? I don't remember her name, which is a huge problem. Certainly didn't. I think it was Victoria. I'm pretty sure it was Victoria. Someone might have written it down. Okay. Huh?
I didn't write it down.
That's fine. I should have written it down. Okay, so Victoria rockets up and seems to be scouting ahead for all of you. Navigate checks are going to be set forward once as she communicates with the driver. Ed is just holding actions, getting ready to pound whoever gets close. My driver is going to go at the top of the round.
Yeah, I kind of have to pee too. I'll be right back.
Okay, let's just take a quick break.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not going off. I can just narrate what happened next, Care, if you want me to. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. All right. So next, we are at the top of a round. Let's go ahead and do the drive check, and then we'll claim actions.
Okay. Fuck me.
My guys pulled forward once because of help from Veronica. Was it Victoria? Do you remember the name of the leader that I said last time?
No, I do not. I didn't even
That's fine.
remember that you said a name.
I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Her name's Victoria.
Okay, great, awesome.
Driver, setback again, and very low. Roll a 5. Here come the pursuers.
I'm so scared. Oh shit.
Beats. They're in the same zone as you all again. This is our 3rd round of chase,
Yeah.
right? So we have this one and one more.
Yeah.
Before you get to your destination. Excellent. So you all are whipping down the alleys. You break out into this empty courtyard. You're dodging between trees and bushes. At one point, you all are skirting this. You see he's like white knuckling on the steering wheel, skirting around, and you slam into a bush, and all of this foliage and dirt just kicks up around you. The next check to drive is set back twice, as the windshield is smeared with dirt and foliage.
Oh my god.
So that's going to be a problem later, unless someone does something with it. But no damage for anyone this time.
I can't move. My leg is broken. I have a broken leg.
That sucks. All right, awesome. Failure plus setback. That's tough.
God, fuck me, dude.
Okay. Cool. We'll wait for Carrie to come back before we claim actions. My guys are gonna claim 2 this time. I think they're 2 again.
We can take a tight break.
We can take a tight break. We do 5-minute break. I need some water. And
Or
stuff.
just
Let's take a tight break.
Just take a 10. It's okay. We'll take a 10-minute break. We'll be right back. No worries.
Sorry.
See y'all in a second.
Let's
we're back. Hello.
Welcome back, everybody.
Do internet. Fuck me.
When we last
It's a
left
car
off,
chase.
Not that
it's a
kind
car chase. We're doing a car chase, everybody. Highly recommend doing a car chase with Bolt. It slaps. It's great.
Bolt
All
sucks.
right, so the kid with the goggles pulls the throttle and slams into a bush and a huge mound of mulch and foliage. It goes all over the windshield. It's going to be really hard for him to stay ahead as he kind of swerves. You keep hitting barriers. You can't see anything. It's just completely plastered with dirt and crap.
So I have 1 vitality, correct?
Yeah, you have 1 vitality.
Jesus Lord.
Let's claim actions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is movement within the car free?
If you take cover, no.
I'm not
if
planning
you-
to take cover.
If you're moving into like a different seat to do a job, I would say it's not free. But if you're just moving to like move,
Oh,
like if you want to do
okay.
something cool and like go to the other side of the car, like I'm not gonna say that's an action.
2
But
actions.
if it matters mechanically, then yeah, it counts.
It matters mechanically. I'll take 2
Okay.
actions.
Sweet, sounds good.
I
All right.
am also going to take 2 actions.
Okay.
I take 1.
Okay. Sweet. So this is our last round before you get to the exit, right?
Oh God.
This is it. So you see on the heads-up display, it's kind of flickering and like phasing in and out of the dirt and foliage on the screen on the windshield. Your blinking light for your entry point is approaching quickly. You see the kid is frantically reaching up with 1 hand on the steering wheel, 1 leg up out of the car, trying to wipe off the windshield of this thing. There's wind whipping into the window. It's chaotic as hell.
In 1 click, turn right.
Hell yeah. He grabs the steering wheel and starts whipping it to the right. As you, in this last round, the car, as it whips and
Recalculating.
the GPS is talking to you, it whips into a drift and goes broadside against these 3 horrifying, powerful security guards as they... One of them, on fire, needs to roll real quick. I'm just gonna roll up top just so you know what happens here. Okay. He collapses in a like he slams into the ground, sets up this huge spray of dirt, and you see it's left behind. The other 2 running after you.
Oh wait, was that the one that I disrupted?
Yeah, that's one you disrupted.
Oh yay!
That disruption is what made it. He was rolling to endure. It didn't work. Your damage got him low enough that this.
I'm
this roll
kidding.
mattered.
I'm being. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, my
So,
leg is
slow-
broken. Can I get like 1 consolation prize here?
Absolutely not. You're a hostage, and you'll stay that way.
Slow
Look at
motion.
that thing
The
and you'll
car.
like it.
The car kicks into a drift and goes broadside. Vance is leaning out of the door, like a foot away from the dirt. 2 actions from my guys. They are gonna sprint into. They won this. They sprint into the same zone, and they plant, and one of them goes on all 4s, and the back of his suit unfolds into this massive cannon.
Fuck off, John!
You see him brace, and the cannon. They're taking 2 actions. Okay. Did anyone take less than 2? I don't think so, right? Al, go.
Well, now I don't know.
Oh
Like,
my
You got
God.
1 action. Do something with it.
I already took cover, right? Can I take more?
You're in cover.
I'm just gonna crawl under the whole fucking car and just like.
Okay, that's fine. You can
I'm
brace
kidding.
the
I'm
impact.
not doing that.
Okay, what are you doing?
Can I shoot at it?
Yeah, you can get up and shoot.
I wish you would.
You could also like you could do other stuff. Like there's a bunch of stuff to do.
Okay,
But
I don't even know where to begin here.
you have time to think. Like think creatively. If you can shoot, that's fine. If you want to do something else with one of your abilities, or you want to do something with the car, you're drifting and you're about to turn and head towards this waypoint. You don't know what it is. You don't know how we're gonna get out of this, but you know you're close.
Can I try to like turbocharge the engine?
Yeah,
Nitro.
absolutely you can. How are you
Nitro.
doing it?
I like scoot in on my back so I'm underneath it through the hatch that the guy opened, and I would like to roll to fabricate, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Oh my god, do it, do it, do it, do it.
DC for this, let me check my chart.
2.
Yeah, that sounds
We'll
good.
get to 10.
You can do it. You can do it, Al. You got it.
13.
Yeah!
Oh my god. Hell yes. You grab the engine, you hook your drill up to that shit, and you pump energy into this engine. The thrusters on the back flare with green light, and the cannon, this huge rail gun, fires at you, slams into a building. You see, you look in slow motion out the window as the entire facade of this, of this like columned, beautiful, arched Elysium architecture just crumbles to the ground.
See in slow motion me popping out of the hole, going.
Hell yeah! The car takes off. Can we just get everyone to resist physical? It's a really low DC on this. I just want to see what happens. I'm mostly interested in D4. DC 5.
9, 2.
Cool.
Resist physical. Fucking 6, 2.
Okay.
4, 3.
Okay.
No
So you
D4.
fail. You fly back into the back seat as this car. Ed grabs you by the collar and make sure you don't fly out the back.
Jesus
I want to get
Christ.
like just like a, and then I just go, oh, worth it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, you have evaded this railgun blast. I'm just gonna say that happened because that was really clutch.
Tasty.
2 actions. My guys, they fire and miss. The other one is going to sprint close and take aim at the car. I guess it's gonna try to hit the car with his
Wait,
submachine gun.
is this the one who had his motion fucked?
No, that guy died.
No, that guy's back.
Oh, there are fucking 4 of them? I thought there were only 3.
There are 3.
3.
One was railgun. One is fucked. The other one's here still.
Okay. Whatever.
And this is thing 3.
Okay.
This is why I need maps. Like I should have just made maps, but I
No,
didn't.
no,
Sorry, everybody.
you were tired. It's fine.
Maps are overrated.
That's just how life goes. Theater of the mind, baby.
That hits
Please.
submachine gun on the car. Does 4 damage, 2 armor, so 2 damage total.
Man,
To the
fuck
car.
this guy.
Damage to the car.
Yeah.
All right. I'm about to do something stupid.
All right.
Do it.
2 actions. Palace, you can go first this time. Unless you want to wait.
What happens when you spend all your tenacity?
You lose it.
And what does
Don't.
that mean?
Don't do that. Please don't do
It
that.
means that something bad happens. Like if you were in combat, you would flee or surrender. If you were doing something like social, you might just flip a shit and like punch someone in the face. If
So
you
in this situation, I would probably black out, right?
I don't think that's severe enough.
Well, so
that
I would
doesn't
fucking
affect
go
anyone
in,
around
I would
you.
go into shock. What?
You would have a
You would try and get
reaction that
out.
has negative consequences for the people around you and your allies. So just blacking out is the same as getting shot. That's not mechanically like it would have to be. We could talk about it if it happens. It's sort of the thing where like you have lost all your nerve, all of the things that keep you grounded are gone. You make a rash decision in an act of self-preservation.
And if I had tenacity, I could help you, but I don't. Are you gonna do it anyway? I can feel like you're gonna do it anyway.
I can read the rules too if you want. We can look at it.
No, it's okay. Let's not. You have no idea how much I want to do this, but
You should do it.
I want
do it.
to, but I don't
Do
know
it.
what kind of things it's gonna cause. I'm trying to do this so that we don't get fucked up.
Losing it. A character's tenacity is reduced to 0 or lower. They lose it. Where it could mean cool, nerve, mojo, etc., and suffer a major outburst, which should be handled narratively and within context. Perhaps you give up fighting and surrender. Perhaps they succumb to fear and spend the rest of the scene hiding in a corner. Perhaps they lose their patience with a spice runner and draw a blaster carbine on the runner's mushy excuse for a face. Either way, losing should Using it should raise the stakes of the encounter or scene. After losing it, you recuperate with 5 tenacity remaining, and the player marks their character's wound track once.
You're gonna do it, aren't you?
I'm gonna do it. I spend.
I think you should do it.
I spend 2 tenacity to disrupt, the to effortless disrupt, the which was the one. It seemed like one of them was like the shooter, right?
Yeah, one of them has a railgun like mounted to its back and it just fired at you.
I'm turning that off.
Okay. Hell yeah.
And that is my last tenacity.
As you flip through the terminal, you send it off. You see the railgun. Cool. And you get tunnel vision. What happens when you lose it?
I am in an immense amount of physical pain. I have been pushed beyond the brink of my own sanity. I am covered in shit from when we went to the sewers earlier today. I think I start like projectile crying and screaming in the back of this truck. Like screaming at just completely unhinged.
What does projectile crying look like?
It's when the tears just like shoot out of your eyes.
Yeah. Ed grabs you and like hugs you and restrains you.
I'm
start flipping a shit.
I am clawing at his arms, just screaming.
Yeah, he's like, he wrestles you to the ground. You start clawing. You're trying to get to the steering wheel so you could try to get away. You're trying to relieve the car and run from the situation. You are completely compromised. All right, next thing, Vance.
Is anyone really surprised that I was the first person to lose it? Because I'm not.
I am hanging out the window. I like feel the car hit this bush, and I look behind me and I see that the windshield is like covered in dirt. And I see this guy in the driver's seat. And I clock him up and down. I realize this kid couldn't have landed my fucking ship on Ceres with no help at all. And if we're gonna get out of this, and as I'm thinking this, my rifle is clipped back onto the piece on my back armor, and I grab the windshield and thrust myself in as I like simultaneously grab his head and pull him into the passenger seat and put myself with one action in the driver's seat. I take all the controls and I do the fiercest barrel roll possible to get all of the shit off the windshield, and then I hit the thrusters. So what is the pilot check needed for that?
Make a pilot check. So here's the thing. You're close to the exit. You can see it blinking on the screen. You can't see actually what's going to happen. So this pilot check is for you to do this maneuver and then enter this escape passageway. You have no idea what it looks like. You haven't seen it. It's not a normal like subway passage you've seen before. So you... the difficulty on this is going to be 12.
I burn 3 tenacity and I do it.
Oh,
yes.
Yes, dude.
Because I rolled a 9.
The thrusters on the back of the car point down, and the car flips and does a barrel roll, scraping the top of the car as you nose in. It comes up and it's smeared with dirt, but you can see that in front of you, this fountain. It's like spraying water up into the air. Yeah, and Al, this doesn't escape your notice. This is a huge fountain in the middle of Elysium with no one around, spraying water into the air for decoration. The fountain shuts down. The water drains out, and the fountain opens up into a passageway.
What?
You flip up, you see this happen, and you kick the engines. It flips the car forward, and you slide last second at amazing speed down into this passageway. Al, as this happens, you grab the engine and kick the thrusters, and it shoots you at an incredible Space Mountain roller coaster like speed into the inky blackness of this secret passage.
Oh my god!
And we are, and that's the scene.
Bruh. Oh shit!
All right, check in with your scene incentives. Check in with your action encounters. Everything from the beginning of the session up to now is fair game.
Oh.
So I wonder if that last move counts as a dangerous or flashy stuff.
Oh my god! You asshole. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's the good shit, you know. Like,
Did I make something new? I
is
would
one of your
argue
incentives to repair something?
no. Maybe it
I
could be.
I think that you should change that incentive from make something new or repair something in a moment of crisis. Like, I think that sort of gets at what you're talking about, and you
Okay.
definitely I think you definitely achieve the spirit of that incentive. You
Yeah.
can just make that change.
Okay. I definitely went somewhere I shouldn't have been.
For the last 2 sessions, I have not been meeting my incentives almost at all. I got one because I stood up to someone in
Yeah.
authority, but I'm wondering if I need to change them, like using my hacking or some shit to.
Gosh, I
to
just
gain an
nail
advantage.
mine every time.
Shut
I
up!
know
dick.
mine except for did I learn a new
Well-
story?
Sloan, can you just tell me what your incentives are real quick? I know I
Okay.
have them up,
Okay.
but I just want to.
Did I stand up to someone in authority? Definitely did that.
Okay.
Did I use subterfuge to gain an advantage? Did I make someone owe me? And then in a combat situation, it's did I loot someone / something, which I did not have the opportunity to do.
I would say that you looted the data mine. You
That
got
is
information
true.
from it. I would say that counts.
Okay.
Let's get abstract.
And I would say that you did have opportunities to fulfill those incentives, but it just didn't work out that way.
I'm just bad at playing
Like-
a shitty character.
No. I just think like in the moment, you're thinking of the role playing thing, which is good.
Yeah.
If you find that your incentives don't match with your character's motivations, that's definitely a reason to change it. But I think also that there were some moments where you could have made a decisive action to achieve one of your incentives, and you chose instead to stall or to like kind of prolong the social encounter instead of making a decisive action. So that's kind of my perspective. I don't know that you need to change it,
Okay. All right. Okay.
but again, up to you. Like,
Unconventional tactics. Always.
yeah,
That's
That
my
was good.
favorite one.
Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 XP right now, everybody. 6 XP.
hell yeah.
I got like
That's a good amount.
I got 7 in the first like 0.5. Smith, I'm going to come through the internet and kill you. Stop it.
Listen, I have a banger character.
Shut up. I hate you. So do I.
It's space, baby.
I don't. We're figuring her out as we go.
You have a great character. Okay, anyway, sorry. That's it. Okay, cool.
Awesome. You rocket into the darkness of this
So tight.
secret passage. It tightens up, and you realize that you're in an air duct that's been retrofitted for
Not my first
passage
time in an air duct. I'll tell you
secretly through the warrens of Ceres.
what. Probably not even my first time in this air duct.
There are orange like emergency lights that are sort of illuminating the inside of this as you get further in, and it sort of levels out, and the kid kind of pulls up the navigation and starts to
I am flying.
yeah, you're flying. He pulls up the navigation and sort of
Okay.
directing you where to go. It's this labyrinthine set of passageways down here. You flip down into something and go deeper and deeper. You drive for probably an hour or 2 hours.
As we're driving, I want to do that thing that like annoying teenagers do when you're on a road trip and get like right up behind the seat of the kid and lean in and be like, yo, where are we going?
You're up
Look.
against Vance, right? Because Vance is driving.
No, I'm up against the kid who's navigating.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
The kid looks at you and is like, well, we're going back to base. We're gonna go see Juris. We did what we needed to do here. So my next goal is to take you there. You can have a conversation.
Right, yeah, where is he?
It's in the core. Where it always is. Where we're headed now.
I lean back in my seat.
Okay, what does my recovery look like here?
So we can do like short rest recovery stuff. So you can take 5 tenacity and 5 vitality right off the top, and then go ahead and roll to endure because we just finished a combat encounter as well.
What are we rolling to endure for? It's like more vitality.
tenacity back.
Jesus
Okay,
Lord
yeah,
have
I'm good.
mercy.
This is why we can't. have
No. That is a 0.
So you get 1. It's minimum 1.
Vitality.
So
Tenacity.
Tenacity.
You
Okay.
rolled a 6.
Okay, so you don't get any.
And
Sorry. You don't. If you roll exactly an 8, you get 1. If you roll below an 8, you get 0.
I
What?
for sure rolled below an 8. I rolled a 1.
Oh, you did? Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I thought you meant the difference was 0.
No,
So neither of you get
no,
any tenacity.
straight up, I rolled a fucking 0, dog. This is
Yeah.
bad.
I was about to say, if I rolled a 6 and I got nothing, and Sloan rolled a 0 and got 1, I'm burning down Ceres.
It says right here in the rules, Carrie definitely doesn't get to play.
It says Carrie. Fuck you.
Carrie's DC +4.
Oh,
Sloan,
wait. But
-2.
I'm supposed to recover with a +5, right? Does that
Yeah,
stack?
so we're lumping in the every time after an encounter you roll to endure to recover tenacity no matter what. And we're also, because we just ended an encounter and now we're in safety, you can short rest on this drive.
Okay, so the
So
5
two
that I
things are happening at
got
once.
just now, that was just my recover from
That's-
the break.
5 total.
Great.
That's all you get. 5 vitality.
Amazing.
So the kid is now in the passenger seat, and he's pulled up this this navigation, and I take like a guitar cable and plug it into my visor, and the other end goes into the center console that's projecting the navigation, and all of a sudden I've got all the data on my visor, my sick Darth Vader pilot's info, and I'm just I'm crushing these sewers. And I look over, and I have to be wearing my pilot's helmet, which I don't all the time, gang. But
Jesus.
my respirators are messing with my voice again, so I look at the kid, and I'm just like, tell me about where we're going.
Hell yeah.
Literally, excuse me.
Look, I don't want to. We don't normally take people down here, okay? Just, we're going to the core. We're going to our base. We'll talk to Juris Gear there.
I need you to tell me about the base.
Look, it's a place. You're going to see it in 2 seconds. Why are you so nosy about this?
Listen, I have to park there. I need to know what the base is like.
Look, just follow the fucking map, okay?
While they're having this conversation, I want to pop back up and be like, hey, wait, another question. What do they want to talk to me about? This is important.
Look, I don't know.
I can only do 2 things. So it's one or the other.
Well, what can you do? Maybe that will tell you more about what they want to ask you about than what I could tell you.
It's profound.
How long have you worked for Juris?
I lean back in my seat.
Who do you work for?
I work for me. How long have you worked for Juris?
I work for me too. I'm working for myself for
You
19
asked
years.
for a person, I gave you a person. I asked you for a unit of time, and you gave me you. And quite frankly, I'm not very impressed with you.
I'm not that comfortable with this line of questioning. Ed kind of comes up next to. He takes up
Listen.
most of the cabin of this car.
Ed, you and me,
Yeah.
we go way back.
Jesus Christ.
That thing with hanging me out the window and you hold my legs, I definitely owe you one for that.
Dope as hell.
That was. Listen, can I dab him up?
Oh God, why is your nose so wet?
Listen, Ed, that was dope as hell. But can I have a sidebar with you, Ed? Actually,
Aren't you driving? Don't you need to?
look.
Let's have a sidebar.
I've got this in my
Spins
visor.
your seat
I've got
around and it
this in one
slides
hand.
back, and the passenger seat kind of slides in place.
I'm here driving like this, and it's good. It's
You have
going
your
fine.
visor up? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
fine. You have your visor up? Yeah, okay, fine.
All right, Ed. Is he still working?
The kid has his goggles on, and he's just like a foot away from your face.
I just push him away, and I get in real close, and I'm like, Ed, is it just me, or did he kind of drop the ball back there in that fight? You know, the bush and the wall and everything else, and then it kind of seemed like, you know, it kind of just seemed like I had to take over flying the plane to clear all that sludge off and then get us through all these caverns, and I just don't know if he could hang with that. Are you on the same page as me on that?
Looks to me like you were holding back a little bit. Like you could have come in clutch a little earlier. And maybe my friend over here, he points to the robot, would still have both arms.
Right. Okay. So Ed, Ed, I hear what you're saying. Now listen. If I had known that hitting those guys with Death Star cannons wouldn't kill them very quickly, I would have started piloting sooner. But I thought that my gun would solve the problem.
Guns don't solve all problems.
Well, clearly, but they solve Ed, and let's be serious here, they solve most problems.
I think there are a lot of
Am I wrong?
with you on that.
He gets pretty close to your face, and he says, anyone who thinks they can go up against people like that without working together is a fool. You should be ashamed. Take us to the core.
Ed.
And he spins your chair around and pushes you forward.
Ed, we were working together. That was teamwork. You were holding me.
Shh. Question. Hi. Yeah. Robot. What's his name?
It's a machine. It has no name.
I've named every single machine I've ever had. What is his name?
I guess it kind of looks at the robot, who's just kind of like in sleep mode, just like.
If we're taking suggestions, I like George Clooney.
I tend to name my machines after Greek mythology, and you feel like a Prometheus. Apollo, Zeus.
Kind of like shifts a little bit.
George Clooney.
Not a Greek mythology name.
He's the Greek god of Ocean's 11, damn it!
Ed leans forward, he's like, shush. We can't get the rights to that.
You can't get the rights to Danny Ocean, but George Clooney is in the public domain!
At this point, they're all in the public domain. Ocean's 11 has been out for like 4,000 years.
For now, for like,
Right.
No, at this point, yeah, it was out for like 10 years.
Actually, here's what happens. Copyright law gets worse in the future, and now everything that has ever been created by any media conglomerate is now forever.
Oh,
It would be
yeah,
a great time to
bro.
like Claire de Lune if it wasn't for those damn copyright laws.
Somehow,
Spotify now costs $9,000 a month.
somehow through copyright law, the mouse now owns your kidney. Like somehow it doesn't.
Yeah. Disney Kid has a whole new meaning. All right, sorry, Al, go ahead.
Anyway, we can decide on a name later. No pressure. Where's your arm? Do we still have the arm? At this point I'm talking.
Ed looks awkwardly and is like, no, it's back. It fell off the car. It's way back there.
You didn't grab it? I'm gonna have to create a whole new arm. It's gonna take me like an hour.
It was between Palace of the Arm and I
You didn't take the arm? We could do without Palace?
Basically a coin flip. We could 50-50 Palace of the Arm, and it came up Palace. So
Okay.
Listen, I have an extra submachine gun that I'm apparently not going to use anymore. Could you put a thumb on that and stick it on him?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, George?
this machine doesn't fight. It's not. He doesn't like to be violent.
Oh. Okay. Well, I can do something else. I will do something else. Just give me like an hour. And I start digging through my backpack that has just like pieces of things. Like whenever I find broken any mechanical things, I just like take the pieces and put them in my backpack.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And I want to start fashioning an arm.
Okay, as you start doing this, the kid kind of looks back at you and he's like, "Hey, take it easy. I got this. I'll do it when we get back."
It's like it's gonna take me an hour. It's fine.
No, like it's. Please don't. This is kind of my thing. I'm gonna do it.
All I'm saying is you kidnap me and you won't even let me make this fucker an arm.
I like Zeus. It's a good name.
Still gonna vote for George.
We're not calling the robot George Vance. Keep driving.
Okay, but it's
So-
George
Okay,
Clooney.
left. No, you missed it. No, shit.
I didn't miss it.
You flip back around, go up.
It's like a swoosh.
Yeah. Sudden maneuver, and you drive into the core. Palace, you've recovered mostly. Your leg is still broken, but with time, Al can stabilize it. It's been immobilized. You have this like mechanical leg brace thing that lets you like walk stiffly, supports your weight.
I could basically fashion like a moon boot for you.
Yeah, that's basically what's going on. And you all pull into a kind of spherical room. Gravity is very, very light down here. It almost feels like you are in zero acceleration out in the black. There are people on the interior of this massive spherical room, kind of walking on the outside. As you kind of approach the wall, you can feel the gravity sort of pulling away, and the car floats into the center, and you can see there's this kind of like star-shaped docking pylons kind of mounted in the middle of this room. It ties you up to one, and they're all everyone's kind of like oriented differently in the space. And they say, okay, we need to go that way. And he kind of points off to one end of this room, and you can see there's this rectangular door lit in the interior with this kind of soft blue light. And you can see that there are a bunch of people inside and 2 guards standing. And because of where you are, you can see the tops of their heads. You're kind of looking down on them, standing on the edge of this doorway. They look pretty heavily armed. One of them is this kind of youngish looking core dweller person, so living in 0G for most of their life, very lanky, very like pale, almost translucent skin. His bones are all sort of elongated. The other person is a little bit more squat. Seems like they have been living in the Warrens for most of their life, and then maybe like moved in here. They're both holding submachine guns. They're both wearing these orange bandanas, and you start to see your companions are putting on similar markings to denote their affiliation with Juris Gear. These like orange like pocket handkerchiefs, orange armbands, orange bandanas. Ed puts on an orange like headband.
Are you kidding me? Why is it orange?
The Crips?
Literally out of any color that you could have chosen, you chose
orange.
It clashes with
Orange.
everything.
It literally is.
I'm sorry, wait.
Look, I'm not open to criticism. Not open to criticism here. It's supposed to stand out. Come on.
Oh yeah, it sure does, hon. Okay.
You're not open, but you certainly weren't close to it because.
Good thing you don't have to walk. And he grabs Palace and sort of like pushes him into 0G.
Ow! Fuck.
And they all start to float towards this doorway. You can go with. They're not like restraining you. You notice that Victoria isn't here. The winged leader person, she broke off in Elysium and flew to a different place, and you're not sure where she is, but she's not with you.
I want to bound up to the other mechanic and be like, I have 2 very important questions for you.
You've been asking a lot of questions. I don't know why you can't just wait until we're inside. I don't have any information. What do you want? What do you want?
Do you have any snacks?
Seriously?
Snacks?
That was number 1.
Yes.
Number 2,
Snacks.
where did Victoria go? I miss her. She was cool.
She'll take another way. She's got different passageways. She's got better mobility. It was easier for her to break off.
How many ways are there in here?
In
You
here,
can already see like the math going on because I know the sewer system and all of the things pretty well, and I'm trying to figure out like where entrances might be.
of course, the center of Ceres. There's as many ways in here as there are ways to really anywhere else, I guess. I don't know. It's not secret. It's just not preferred, I guess.
Can I want to look up this kid, this hacker that they have with them.
Sure.
I want to search for him.
Go for it.
While you do that, can I kind of like get out of the driver's seat and take Al by the shoulder and just like there's like literally a dial on my helmet that turns like the volume of my voice down.
As he's pulling me,
Like-
I look behind me and I'm like, so is that a note of the snacks?
And I just like right in your ear that is like truly like artificially only audible to you. Just like, we're in the belly of the beast now. Stay under control.
What am I rolling here? And what's the DC?
Okay. So because you had access to that data mine, you can roll. Okay, well, so how about this? You search, and you come up with nothing on this guy. You try to use you try to scan his face surreptitiously, and it comes up as this like nondescript. Every time you run his face in through the system, it gives you a different person. It seems like he has some sort of similar ability as you to avoid detection through video.
Yeah.
If you found, you don't know his name. You do know that he has this companion, which is very unusual. And you manage to scroll through some security footage, and you find images of him at various conflicts and different big events throughout Ceres history. You see the robot. You see Zeus, the robot, at a like a gathering of a lot of people. You see him kind of lumber up to the front, and a bunch of Valent security guards are sort of corralling everyone. And Zeus puts himself between the guards and all the people, and they open fire on this crowd, and Zeus kind of rushes them and pushes them away. There's another image where you see the kid and Zeus are at this building, and there's no one around, and you see Zeus grab a door and just like pull it off of its hinges, and the kid goes in, and they come out with all of these hard drives and different pieces of solid state data storage.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you find information on this kid. He goes by Mosquito. That's all. That's the only name that you can find. You don't know. You kind of assume, huh?
Nothing. Sorry.
You kind of assume that this is a name given to him by Valent.
Because he's a sucker.
How old is he?
Hard to say. He looks like he could be like in his late teens or his early 40s.
But how long has he been in his late teens?
Shut up! Oh my god, I'm gonna kill you.
Wait,
I
know what you are.
Shut up.
He looks like young in stature, and he acts like he has a lot of energy as a young person, but he also has this look in his, like, the way his face is, looks like he's been like aged, you know, like he has this kind of manic energy that you feel like old people don't have really.
We all got that.
But he also looks like he hasn't slept in like 14 days or something. He looks worn in a way that young people don't usually look.
Okay.
So you start drifting towards this door. You see the guards kind of look up at you and step back as they see you're joined by all of these mercenaries. You drift in, and as you enter this building, you are just awash in sound of like drones and like skeletally vibrating like drone music that's just filling this room. It's almost like meditative. It kind of is like
It's like a sound
oppressive. Yeah. It's that's very much what the vibe is. It's oppressive, sensorily, and almost physical. The way the sound is filling this room. You walk in and there are a bunch of people around. Everyone's sort of quiet. There are people who are kind of just lounging on couches, sitting on the floor, drinking drinks. There's a table in the far corner that has a big map on it, like a digital map in 3 dimensions, and people are sitting at it, poring over it, whispering to each other. There's a bar in the back that's being tended by a very, very tall, skinny woman, with like almost skeletal, stretched out like forearms and like spine. On what they look like, really tall, really tall looking, like they've been stretched. And the group kind of pulls you in and says, "Look, Mosquito sort of seems to be taking the leadership role here right now." He says, "Look, I gotta go debrief from that fiasco. You can take a seat. Just don't leave. Juris needs to talk to this one." He kind of motions to Al.
I just
I'm
give
sure-
you steely, angry face.
Can I have grabbed like as many cartridges for my gun as I could on the way out of the car?
Yeah, do you want to do this secretly, or do you care if people see you?
I feel like if they're mad about it, then they're wrong. So I'm not trying
Just
to
gonna
hide
do
it.
Okay, yeah, you do it. They definitely see you do this, and you see
Mhm.
Ed sort of taking note mentally.
I want to go talk to the bartender.
Okay. You walk up to the bar. It's this big glass, sort of curved deal. And she kind of bends down, almost like looms over you a little bit. You're Al.
On a good day,
Welcome.
you are
Helen.
Helen. Do you have lemonade, Helen? It's been a long day.
I can mix something up for you. Can't promise how refreshing it'll be. We're low on resources. But I'll do my best. She kind of backs up and turns her back, and it's kind of mixing things together. You see there's like this chemistry set almost back there.
Mhm.
And you see that there's this very, very small amount of water in this kind of thimble test tube that's being collected from this vast network of tubes and different chemicals being synthesized and stuff. And she takes the thimble full of water and a dry powder and sort of mixes them together in a shot glass and gives it to you.
I sip it very slowly.
I would like to walk up to the bar behind Al, and I've taken my helmet off at this point. I've got it under my arm, and I go up to Helen. Can I get a glass of milk?
Jesus.
Milk? Milk?
I
Who the fuck do you think you are?
think I'm a guy who drinks milk.
Yeah.
Listen, I hold out my arm.
Let me get out my calculator. And she like takes out a calculator and punches in some numbers. Yeah, I need this many credits, and like it's just like zero scrolling.
For milk?
Buddy,
Is that
we're in space. We don't have cows.
You can make milk out of almonds. I would just assume there is some kind of space milk here.
No,
Well, that's a very
dairy's bad for you.
Do you have whiskey?
whiskey. We can do whiskey.
Well, goddamn, people. Up your fucking milk game. I'll take the whiskey.
She kind of steps close to you. Is like, I only know really one place where we can really easily get some milk,
Listen.
and I don't know you like that. And then she backs up and mixes you a whiskey drink out of this like big chemistry set and hands you a shot glass.
I pull her in.
I
How do you want?
no.
I'm Listen, Sloan.
no,
We're gonna
go,
go on.
do it, do
We're
it,
gonna
do it.
we're gonna go on the milk tirade for
Do
a
it,
second.
go. I don't care.
Ask Helen questions, and for some reason, we're talking about milk.
Here's the thing. It's my time.
Do
It's
it.
my time down
Go.
here.
Do it.
It was my time.
Go.
Someone roleplay now.
I just want to know more about Juris.
Oh, for fuck's sake! No, I'm in
Lance
the
and
back.
Alice are
getting in an argument, and Helen is like, "Look,
I
we'll save the
am
milk for
taking
later."
this right now. I am in the back corner of the room. I am fucking on my boot. I'm probably leaning on that big burly guy. I tell you what I do. I'm gonna fucking uncap my 3 other rings on my hand and do a shit ton of drugs. I am just pulling straight from all of these one go. I have like, in each of these is a little bit, but just like amphetamines straight up the fucking nose. I
see
so
this and I
done.
go over and I give you most of my whiskey because I was really in a milk mood.
Oh, I chase it. Absolutely. Straight back.
So anyway, Helen.
Wait.
You see, so this is sort of a scene. This starts happening and people aren't really paying attention, and then as Palace just keeps doing it, the whole room sort of quiets, and you kind of come up for air and everyone's staring at you, and Helen looks at Al, taps her on the shoulders like, you had a question, and Helen's kind of staring at Palace over your shoulder.
Just ignore him. He does this all the time.
Can
I just wanted to know more.
Al's going first.
I just wanted to know more about Juris and what he's up to down here.
Juris is doing what Juris does. He's trying to save the station. I don't like. What
Do you know what his immediate plan is?
Immediate plan. Do you see what's happening here? The station's falling apart. We have to leave.
Right, but you're running a bar right now, which is not leaving. In fact, it is putting down roots and staying. Do you see how it feels like his goals and you all aren't really, it's not...
You're not seeing the big picture here.
Obviously. Which
there
is
are like 2 million people in the station.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just pick up and leave.
So what's...
This is a big job.
Okay.
Everyone does their part, and we're at work. My gosh, our dogs are barking now.
Can we take 2?
I want the drugs. Do you want to
Can we break for like a second?
take a quick second? Yeah,
I
sure.
definitely need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. We let's be 5 so that we can let our dogs outside real quick. And
Sounds
then we'll
fantastic. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, everybody.
Nice.
Hello, we're on the internet. Oh my
Hey.
god! Look at those goggles. Oh,
They're
so
good.
good.
I'm
The
gonna paint a picture.
internet beckons and the goggles welcome.
So good.
Awesome. I figure we'll go for like another half hour ish,
Yeah.
45 minutes maybe max.
That sounds fine.
Our dogs definitely need to go on a walk. Okay, so
My dogs ate
here.
something. They ate almost a whole bag of pretzels.
Oh my god, did they eat your pretzels, John?
They did.
Pretzels?
They did.
Those are my pretzels!
They were everyone's pretzels.
John,
Yeah. They're
They
gonna be
were
so
their
tasty.
pretzels.
John was
Yeah.
eating them earlier.
Yeah, I bought
So
them for
bad.
me.
Good. Fantastic.
So, anyway, you all are in this bar. Palace does a shit ton of drugs. Everyone's looking at Palace. And Al and Helen, the bartender, are having a conversation about Juris.
Do I get a benefit from drugs?
I don't know, do you? Do you want to roll a d4 and see what happens?
I kind of do, actually. Wait, no, honestly, I'm like so on the line right now that I'm just not gonna do that.
Yeah, you're a little bit like...
I'll just leave it for now.
Cool.
So the bartender and Al are having a conversation?
Yeah. Helen just finishes saying that 2 million people in the station. We can't just pick up and leave. Everyone has their part. What they do. My part is to serve drinks and keep watch.
For what?
For you, until now. In part.
I want to like shrink down below the bar, but I'm not going to do that. You can just tell that Al is like uncomfortable because she doesn't want people to know who she is. And she just kind of like steals herself and is like, well, why were you waiting for me?
You'll have to ask Juris.
Didn't you know?
No.
You need to ask more questions, my dude.
I know.
What?
Helen kind of looks at you and is like, yeah?
His pupils are just like blown wide
size
the
of
fuck
saucers.
open. It's like, yeah, I know.
I just take Palace by the shoulder and say like, hey dude, I actually think I spotted like a planetarium over in that room over there, so let's go check that out because what a trip, right?
Helen's like, you're Palace Drake.
Nope, this is Dallas Plake, and he's into aquariums, planetariums.
Yeah,
My bad.
I'm Palace Drake.
And you're
Yeah,
not.
what about-
you're
yeah, what about it?
Dallas.
Helen sort of
Like-
steps out from behind the bar. She's like super lanky, wearing like a jumpsuit, and she kind of puts one hand on the bar and is like, "You're supposed to be off station."
Yeah, fucking everyone keeps fucking telling me that. And yet here I am in hell with all of you.
We think he probably had his identity stolen.
What? We do?
You're not me, Miss Easy, Dallas.
Wouldn't that be your first thought? Is that if someone said you were somewhere and that someone's like pretending to be you?
All right, I'm gonna go claim my gun.
What?
Wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna go claim my gun.
Wait. What? Stealing my identity?
I mean, I
No.
don't think it'd be that hard. Like,
No, they just put my name on the... They just put my name on the...
Did you miss your boat?
wait, did you
I stayed for your information. I stayed
Oh.
here.
You stayed.
That sounds like the tale of someone who slept through their alarm. I've been
Tell
there.
me, are the stories true about your father? I heard he can see the future. It's not hereditary, I assume, given your situation.
These are subjective. You're mean.
My dad thinks that he's some kind of mystic. It's bullshit. It's all nonsense. It's ridiculous. He left on a hunch. He happened to be right. I happened to be wrong.
Huh. Well,
It takes a lot of character to say that, Palace.
Don't
guess you'll have
fucking
to-
patronize me.
I'm
Al.
not
you'll have to compare notes.
Is
Maybe
that-
he saw this coming and didn't tell you because he doesn't care that you left. Ever think about that?
As a matter of fact, yeah, every day of my life. Who the fuck are you, my therapist? Does she look like? Does she look like
Bartender.
A void, does she look
Guilty
like a
as
void
charged.
seer?
She doesn't look like your dad. In that way, your
Mhm.
dad has like his eye, the whites of his eyes have turned black. He has these purple pupils and colored irises that shift. You don't know. You always assumed that he got the whites of his eyes like tattooed to make it look like that.
Yeah.
But you also don't know if that's because of being a void seer. Helen doesn't look like that. She doesn't have any of the trappings of what you kind of assumed to be sort of a priestly, cultish group of people.
Sometimes you join a cult and good things happen. Most of the time, no.
Have you joined a cult and good things happened?
Does it look like good things have happened to me?
No.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
You
I want
came
to
to
look around.
that cost more than my entire apartment. Granted, my apartment's a basement, but like, that's a good thing, probably. I think. I found my shoes beside a dumpster.
Okay. Are any of the people we were in the car with here?
Ed is here, and Zeus is here.
I want to look up to Ed because I'm gonna call Zeus George.
Okay.
Fucking why?
Zeus is George Clooney. I walk up to Ed, and I guess first I want to go and get like a drink, like the standard whatever, like the Budweiser of space, and pick one of those
Spaceweiser.
up.
Okay.
I would like to pick up a Spaceweiser and bring that over to Ed, and I want to Predator handshake him and hand him the Spaceweiser.
He's already nursing a natty space though, so he's gonna.
He's just finished clearing out a natty space and
I hand him the Spaceweiser.
a natty light year.
Shit. Fucking-
Good.
And I hand him this Spaceweiser and Predator handshake him. And I just want to say, Ed, I appreciate everything you did for us back at the comms station.
Thank you for expressing your gratitude.
Cool.
It means a lot.
Yeah. Sometimes
Thank
people
you for
say,
helping us.
yeah, okay, there it is. I was waiting for that. All right, nice. A little bit of help, a little bit of mutual help. How are you
Very
singing
used to
from
it.
that far away?
Very used to a transactional relationship, it
Well,
seems to me.
no. I really, all I gotta say is the ab workout on hanging out of that car window at a perfect 90 degrees for so long, and then like the quad strength to press the gas as hard as I did through those sewers for 2 hours.
You
Really,
like 20 minutes later, and he's talking about every single muscle group that it
listen, Ed,
window.
And all I'm trying to get at is that the whole encounter really tuckered me out a little bit. And I'm wondering if you have a room that guests, which
Oh,
I
you are
guess we
trying-
are,
Oh,
could sort of like stay in. I kind of need to sleep this off.
As Alice is providing running commentary.
I'm about to, I like slowly raise my submachine gun behind my back at Alice as I'm asking for a goddamn bed.
Ed says, "We have special rooms for people who visit us in the way that you're visiting us. Don't worry, you'll be taken good care of."
All right, well that's intimidating as fuck, Ed. So
People say that about me a lot.
okay,
I'm a
well
big
listen,
guy.
Ed,
I'm
Ed,
scary.
you and I were a team. I don't know. Do you have like a bunk bed in your room? I'll take bottom. You know, can we work
Can
something
you
out
make a
there?
charm check for me, please?
What the
there's
fuck,
no way-
Oh,
dog?
yeah.
What the
I'm
fuck, dog?
I'm not trying to seduce him. I just don't want to be in prison.
No, it's not for seduction. You're trying to make friends.
Charm
Yo,
is
can I take bottom for you, dog,
charisma.
as a friend?
So I got a 9. What's the DC?
He got a 5.
Okay,
So
so I got a 9.
Top and
So
bottom
he-
just use bunks.
he kind of chuckles for a second. He's like, "Oh, you're a funny guy. I'm gonna be straight up. Juris Gear's gonna put you in a fucking dungeon.
I figured that was what was
But,
coming our
but
way.
hey, here's the thing. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Juris Gear really values teamwork. Really values people contributing. Make him an offer. Probably get on his good side."
Well, here's the thing, Ed, is I feel like you are my best reference for teamwork and contribution, given the car chase we were just in together.
I thought you were
Would
saying
you-
Good word.
Could you put in a good word for me, Ed?
Yeah, absolutely. I can do
All
that.
right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I guess not go to my room because that's gonna be a dungeon. But I'm gonna head to a corner table with a whiskey and I'm gonna redo my resume. And I'm just gonna make sure that that's all ready for Juris. And this is sort of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Could you let my friends know that maybe I need some help with copy edit, and if they like find some time in their schedules, maybe they could come over to my table and help me out with my.
We're right here,
Yeah.
Vance.
You
I've
guys
been-
are doing stuff.
the whole time.
You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are
I'll
doing
let him know.
stuff.
He kind of looks
Thanks.
over his shoulder. "Hey, Palace, Al.
What?
Vance is gonna work on his resume. You should just another set of eyes. You know, it
Can
always
I-
helps to have someone look stuff over."
I have a slight question.
Okay.
Am
you
I
can-
going
I'll
in
try
the
to answer your
dungeon?
question. Look, I don't know. I just
Because
know
here's the thing. It makes it sound like you really wanted me here and that there was a conversation that was going on and you were all blah blah blah, you saved my life. That's great. If you put me in a dungeon, it's gonna make me grumpy. I already live underground all the time.
Listen, Al.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go to the table and copy edit, and then we're gonna bother Ed with all this dungeon talk.
I didn't graduate high school. You probably don't want me to copy it.
Alice.
Al,
Alice.
Look, okay,
We're
this is
copy
you
editing.
all. Clearly, you all have something to talk about.
let's go
No,
copy
it's
edit.
not gonna do. You know, I'm just. I was joking about the dungeon with Vance. You know, he kind of looks at Vance and is like, "Look, just relax. Juris is gonna talk to you. I'm sure he would be more than happy to fill you in on the details. Just be patient. He's debriefing Mosquito. So, yeah."
I want to. Okay, can we walk over to the table now where we're gonna do our copy editing?
Yeah. Ed sort of turns away. And he kind of looks at Vance. Is like,
I'm going to. I limp over to the table. Right. We all sit down. I cross my hands on the table. I just lean in. If I spend a night in the dungeon, I'm gonna fucking blow this place up from the inside out.
So
I can help you.
I have something that I actually wanted to tell you guys.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it because the alternative is I destroy this entire building.
We're actually not here to copy edit.
That
That's
Really,
wild to me.
I would be bad at it.
Hey, Vance, can I tell you something? After this entire day, that's the most shocking thing that's happened to me.
Really? Because I hung out like
I'm
fully out of
fucking
the
being
car and
sarcastic.
like
Of course
shot
it's
like
not.
a bunch
No.
of people, and then I flew the car really well. Listen, all right, here's the deal. We are not sleeping in a dungeon, and right now we're gonna figure out how every single one of us is gonna get out of the dungeon. Here's the thing, Al, you might be shit out of luck. I hate to tell you, but right away, I think maybe you are gonna have to sleep in the dungeon.
We're not gonna
Me,
make her sleep in the dungeon. Are you kidding? No.
I'm not making. I'm saying they're gonna make, and I don't have a good way right away. Let me think. Let me think.
Okay.
I
You think for
What?
a second.
No. I'm gonna think out loud. This
would
is
like to
how.
make it very abundantly clear that I am only good at 2 things, but those 2 things I'm very good at, and I am indispensable. And if they want to get off this rock, they are not going to put me in a dungeon.
Right, exactly. If they want to get off, they can't put Alice in a dungeon, and we are going to.
If they want to get off this rock, if they want to get their rocks off, they cannot put Al in the dungeon. I am
No one puts
now
me in a dungeon.
going
All
to,
get off.
and I lean in real close and say, I'm gonna fake like I could work for them. But obviously, Ed's got my back. There's no way I'm going in a dungeon, so we're totally good. So, Palace, do you have any cash on you? How are we gonna get you out of the dungeon?
Do I have any? Oh, that's right. Can I do 2 things real quick here? First thing, I'm gonna message Rico. I want a status update. That's the first thing that we needed to do when we turned the comms back on, but it's only been a couple hours, so that's fine. So I'm gonna message Rico, be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then the second thing is I'm going to try and access my family's bank account.
Bank account.
Nice. Okay, so you go ahead and message Rico. Message goes through. No response yet, but you assume one's coming soon. You access your parents' bank account, and you indeed have access to it.
Oh, thank God. Is the same amount of money in there, or is it gone?
Same amount of money.
Okay.
It's all there. Seems fine.
You want to buy a soft pretzel?
Do I want to what?
Buy a soft pretzel.
Fuck yeah, I want to buy a soft pretzel. Are you kidding? Seriously? Yes, of course. I buy a soft pretzel. I buy 3 soft pretzels.
Can I have one?
Why do you think I bought 3?
Thank you.
Duh. And then I'm going to
You buy 3 soft pretzels, and then you get the shipment update. ETA 8 days.
Okay.
John,
Let's,
Fucking
Are you-
saddest thing I've
are
ever
you
heard.
fucking kidding me?
is this the Amazon in space?
I thought that the soft pretzels were something that I could buy here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought them. It doesn't.
That's just what
matter.
happened. You assumed that it was going to deliver to here, like from like a DoorDash sort of thing.
No, I get it.
It's not. It's like a whole thing.
I get it. No, it's fine. I just don't say anything about
You
it.
ordered Auntie Anne's from Ceres?
You look at how many credits Palace spent, and it's like 4 times as much as you would normally spend for pretzels, and Palace just didn't even notice.
I am not accepting criticism right now, okay? Can we keep things like cool, calm, and collected? Because otherwise I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
So here's a couple of
Vance.
things. Yeah?
The floor is yours.
You're gonna use this card to pay them to not put you in the dungeon. Hang on. Can you guys hang out here for 2 seconds while I go ask Ed a question? I flip around and I go ask Ed a question.
Ed's sitting there talking to a bunch of people, and then you should have seen it. We got fucking. Oh hey, Vance! I was just telling people about our car chase. It was dope as hell. What's
Oh
up?
yeah, dude, this guy, man, no one's ever held someone's legs as tight or as firm or as tenderly as Ed has. It was the embrace of a mother on a child in womb. Anyways,
Ooh.
Ed, can I have you for a second?
Yeah, sure. He just steps away.
All right, so just trying to figure out this whole prison dungeon thing. Obviously, Alice is in kind of hot water with that, right? Because y'all came for her. Just
That's
trying
one
to.
way of thinking about it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So for sure, that's how I'm thinking about it. But like, obviously, you got my back. So like we're pretty good there.
I put a good word. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the other guy, Palace. He's got some money. So can he pay for like a non-dungeon room? Or are you guys like gonna put him in the dungeon no matter what?
I'm not in charge of dungeon assignments or anything. I really think you should just take it up with Juris when he's ready to talk to you.
Okay, so like you know Juris a little bit better than I do. So what's the dungeon probability on Palace here from a 1 to 10?
Well, Palace is from Elysium, right? I mean, I can kind of tell.
Well, I don't know. So like I'm from Earth, but like
You're from.
you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so both of you are definitely going in the dungeon. For
Oh,
sure.
okay. So even like your good word is not gonna help me out of the dungeon.
Yeah, you know, you can't really trust people who've grown up in gravity. It's
Great.
like,
Okay. So you know what? Actually, I'm gonna put a pin in.
Chemistry like makes
Right.
You know,
I'm gonna put a pin in this, Ed. I appreciate it. And you know what? Hey, prayer handshake, brothers forever.
Hell yeah.
Brothers
buddy.
forever. Ed,
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna go change into my dungeon clothes real quick. I'm gonna be right back because I am ready for bed.
You're not gonna leave though.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna go put on my dungeon clothes so that I can go to bed in the dungeon. Right?
You could just do it right here.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna go back to my table. I'm gonna do it right there.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay.
Okay, so I go back to the
Okay,
table,
sure.
and I get back to the table. I'm like, all right. So gang,
Al was watching you like this the whole time.
okay, so gang, I got some pretty bad news. It looks like the dungeon is gonna happen, and I have one option here, which is you two are gonna have to go in the dungeon, and I'm going to escape and then break you out later. Unless one of you thinks you're more capable of breaking us out later. And then I can help you escape.
Vance.
I don't want to go to the dungeon.
All of these options seem bad.
Vance, just sit down.
This place is bad. But I don't want to go in the dungeon, so I am going to try and get out.
You're not going to go in the dungeon. Guaranteed.
Vance, I did a little bit of recon with Ed. We're going in the dungeon for sure.
Vance, you're not going in the dungeon.
Let me just check my character sheet real quick, because I might not be going in this dungeon.
Can we...
What?
Vance, I'm going to say to you right now, you're not going to go into the dungeon. Can we go talk to Juris now? Is he available?
I would like to sneak hide out of this bar.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You get up from the table and you notice that there are two armed people standing like kind of really close to your table.
Yeah, so what's the DC on the sneak hide past those guys?
You're gonna have to get out of view first, because you're just in a bar in place.
I want you to walk me through how many times I have to roll over a number.
But I'm not a magician. You got to figure out some way of breaking a line of sight before you can do something like that.
Vance, I'm gonna grab your arm.
Do you want to all be in prison, or do you want it to be in prison and me with the big ass gun shoot you out of prison?
We're not all going to be in prison.
I literally just got confirmation that we're all going to prison.
Give me a second. I guarantee you we will not all be in prison. And if we are,
okay.
if we are, then it's my bad. And you can take it out on me. We are not all going to be in prison. You two will be fine.
Here's the thing, Palace. When we all wind up in prison, because I told you so, you are gonna double the reward that your parents give me for you.
I'll take that.
Sweet. So, right as you finish this conversation, you look over to the bar and you see this strange, like ethereal looking person standing there. They're in robes that are gray with white lining and it's sort of like vestments almost. Like there's all of these panels that are sort of floating up in the light gravity in like the eddies of air in here. They turn to you. They're wearing this almost like tiara looking like headpiece, that has a metal attachment that kind of curls down and mounts to like their nose and up the
Ooh.
eye.
Yes, Dune.
And the eye that the metal curls around is almost looks ruined, like cataract, and with like these like blue veins that are sort of cut through it.
I'm gonna shoot that eye one day.
Shut up.
This person sort of walks up to all of you, and as they get closer, you see that they are emaciated, like they look like they're wasting away, and they look very old. This person walks up to you and they say, "Hi, we're ready for you."
Apparently, we are also ready for you. Lead the way.
Excellent. He spins, kind of like does like a micro jump out of gravity and spins in like the 0G and sort of pushes off and starts gliding forward, and you all follow.
Listen, gang, that was dope, and I'm gonna do that later.
You take you to the back, and there's a curtain that they push to the side, and they sort of motion you through. As you pass them, they smell like smoke and like heavily of incense. And you enter this other room separated by a curtain, and the drone music is incredibly loud in here. You can see that the room has these large speakers kind of set up in a circle, and in the center there's almost like a conversation pit sort of thing with cushions and a table. On the table there are a bunch of weapons sort of set out. There are a couple of nasty looking machine guns. There are a couple pistols, several different blades, like laser blades, but also just physical blades set out, and they're sort of magnetized to this table in the light gravity.
Jesus.
And this room, it's not full, and it's sort of dimly lit by these lanterns that are kind of floating on cables. They're not being pulled down really. They're sort of like, this cable are a little bit slack, and the light is sort of being cast around the room and putting shadows and like sort of oscillating, so that the room feels like it's sort of underwater, that like all this light is being shifted around all the time. In the center of the room, you see the figure of Victoria silhouetted by a purple lantern behind her. You can see sort of it not close up without moving, like it's sort of the situation's a little bit more calm. You can see all these like cybernetic implants that are sort of stuck to her arms, and she's kind of lounging in this conversation pit with her feet up on a table. Next to her, you see Mosquito, and he's kind of flipping through footage on his terminal, showing kind of deep, like going through what happened. And across from them, you see someone with a huge graying beard, like almost like really really thick, squared off beard. It comes down to like his sternum. Young sort of face, really prominent jawbones. His hair is electric blue on top, and he has kind of like caramel colored skin, and on one side of his face you can see like a birthmark or a scar that's like right here. It's like bright pale white. He's wearing a sleeveless shirt, and you can see he's very very strong for someone who lives in the core. He's probably the strongest person in this room, with the possible exception of Vance. And he has combat boots sitting up. He's wearing a orange bandana kind of draped loosely around his neck. Vance, you know this person to be Juriskier.
Is he hot?
Obviously, I've given these.
He's hot in like a Jack Dad sort of way.
Listen, if J. Jonah Jameson was a person, it's Juriskier. And I'm glad that I know that now, because I'm sexually confused about murdering him. But
he looks sort of like if Jonah Jameson was in prison and lifted weights all the time. That's kind of.
It looks like
the vibe.
Fuck, who's the actor who plays him? It's like also a bunch of J's in his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
This gets me every time.
Can we-
J.K.
Chat.
Simmons.
Who plays J. Jonah Jameson in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie?
J.K. Simmons.
Jason Simmons, thank you.
I don't even know what the
Simmons.
fuck you guys are talking about. Can we approach
Because
this
Jake-
man?
because-
Can we approach
Great.
this
So
man, please?
You all, the person in the robes who has sort of ushered you in, kind of floats up behind you all and says, "Take a seat, please. We have a lot to talk about."
Okay.
You kind of get this nervous energy rolling off this guy. This room is oppressively loud because of the drone, and it's sort of like smoky and hazy. Think like music festival tent, but big.
That's exactly what
Or
it was like Burning.
I was
yeah,
just thinking
Burning
hookah
Man
lounge.
tent kind of thing.
Can
Yeah.
I
Okay.
turn the music down?
Yeah, you can turn the music down.
I would like
You
to
do
do
so?
that. Yeah, I would like to do that.
You turn the music down, and then immediately everyone kind of like starts, like everyone stops for a second, and it's very quiet in here. You hear Juris sort of lean forward, and the seat creaks underneath of him.
I walk up and sit.
Jesus.
I sit in the closest empty seat to Juris that I can.
Okay.
I-
Yeah, Al, what are you doing?
I sit, and if he's giving off a frenetic vibe, I'm already like really nervous, and because of my empath skills, I just feel like raw. And so
Yeah.
whatever energy he's putting off, I feel.
Yeah. You feel like he has like a million thoughts racing in his head all at once, and he's sort of like he's sort of like letting it wash over him. And it's sort of this like high speed focus.
I keep my hands clasped in my lap because it's uncomfortable for me.
I am not sitting down. I'm standing across the room where we came in. Like probably on the outside of this ring wherever the seats are oriented. And I just like turn the volume down and I watch him.
Juris leans forward and the seat creaks under his weight. And he says, "Welcome. Alice, been waiting for you for a while. You're hard to get a hold of. You should get a cell phone or something.
By design.
Who are your companions?"
I look at both of them and wait for them to introduce themselves.
I'm Palace Drake, obviously.
The robed figure leans forward and is like, he knows who you are. We're asking. It's more like why are you here? Like why are you the person you know who you are? Why are you that person here?
Yeah.
Who are you
alright.
in this space?
Got it.
Because outside of the Elysium, outside of your family, you're not Palace Drake to us. Please
Boy,
tell us why you're here.
who am I in this space? Fucking a hostage? That seems like a good word. A prisoner? Equally good word. A supremely undervalued resource, maybe. A good phrase, I think, to sort of encapsulate that. Hurt, perhaps? I gesture to my leg.
Is Ed here?
Ed does step in behind you. He's kind of he's standing at the doorway, sort of folding his arms. You can see his biceps are like fucking huge.
I gesture to Ed to take Palace down.
He just stands there.
I
Alright.
mean,
I figured as much.
if it,
Resume. Anyone who's on your resume as a reference doesn't like you that much.
The person in the robes sort of just like looks. He's like staring at Palace and waits for Palace to sort of trail off. And there's like a beat of silence. And then turns to you. Juriskier leans back. You're sitting next to him. He kind of puts his arm like on the seat behind you. You are.
I put my helmet back on. I'm here for Palace Drake. My ship is damaged and I need Alice to fix it.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm along for this ride, as it were.
Cool. Let me just double check something real quick.
Sorry, my computer's about to die. There we go. We all good.
Hey, Vance, can you roll a bluff check for me, please?
Good. What's DC?
11.
I
Based
passed.
on the roll.
I burned through tenacity.
This guy kind of focuses in on you for a second, and his dead eye seems to shift as if like the cataract is sort of like spinning over the surface of his eye, and you kind of feel him probing at you with his gaze. And then suddenly that like intimate moment stops, and he turns away from you. He looks at Juris and is like, they are safe for the moment, but they're armed, so just be careful, I guess.
Wait, was that
He
Ed?
steps back. That was the robed figure.
Does he seem... Wait, did I already ask if he seemed to have...
You did.
Jesus.
You asked
No, you asked about Helen.
Oh, never mind.
What about this person?
You can roll read person if you want to ask a specific question.
I have a very...
It's a static DC of 7.
I have a very specific question about this person. Read person? Wait,
Yep.
where is that?
Difficulty 7.
Is that under charisma?
I think it's an acuity skill.
No,
Could be
yeah,
wrong with that.
I see. Fucking finally. Oh, well, that's not great. Okay, well, that is a 9 on the die plus 2 is an 11, but I have a drawback.
Okay. The drawback is he sees you connecting these dots, and he knows that you know that he is a Void Seer. And this is like a real shit Void Seer. This is someone who they don't give off the vibe of someone who's a charlatan or a mystic. Something's happening here. It may not be what your father says it is, but you kind of like, this is the opposite of your father. Like, your father says that he has a connection to the void that lets him touch into the mysteries of time and space. This person clearly has a connection to the mysteries of time and space. You just don't know if it's the same kind of thing as your father claims it is. He steps back and sits on the ledge of the conversation pit with his feet on the cushions below. His robes kind of like flow out, and he kind of leans forward and is just watching everyone very intently. Al, you almost get this sort of like feedback from your connection to this guy. Like, you are feeling your feelings, and it's being amplified.
Oh, shit.
It's not so much that you can keep it under control, but there's something going on there. Like, it's interesting. Juris leans back and sort of relaxes. Keep it short and sweet, I guess. Alice, we need your help. The core, the life support on Ceres is failing. We need the station to repair itself so that we can leave in time. We need to buy time. Right now, the station is in a cascading collapse, and we're not going to have the resources to get everyone off the station safely before this structure collapses underneath of us. We need to buy time for us to find transportation off the station. And to do that, we need the station to help sustain itself for a little bit longer. You're the only person I know who can do that.
What makes you think I can do that?
Because I've heard about what you can do. And my friend here, who kind of motions to Mosquito, saw what you did to their vehicle when the moment was dire. And without you, they'd be dead.
Am I still high?
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah, you can do it.
We have ways of helping you. But you are a vital part of the plan. And if you care for the people of the station, you care for the community that we've built here, that's sheltered you, now is the time for you to pay that back.
Wait. Alice is her own person. And like, yeah, it's cool, you know, the people, whatever, but and I'm just going to start rambling.
I'm going to walk up and put my hand over Palace's mouth.
Yeah, I'll let that happen.
You do so. They all watch and listen to you.
To me.
And as Vance covers your mouth, there's a beat of silence as everyone sort of looks and waits for it to be clear that everyone's done talking.
What?
I look at
Why?
I'm like it's firm. I have an armored bionic hand over your mouth.
No, I'll let that happen. I'm just interested as to why that's happening. Not
It's
not,
a little
not
kinky.
you, not you.
It's
Them
a little
listening.
kinky. But I stop you and I just look out and I say oh wait, I haven't held on, I gotta do this.
It's dope.
It's so cool, dude.
My bounty is only this one. Alice was in my company to fix my ship. If she decides to join you and your cause, I will find a new mechanic to aid me. But my bounty and I have no part in this endeavor.
You would leave me here?
You're not leaving you here, what the fuck?
It is your choice to stay here unless Gear makes that choice for you.
There are people on the station who can make a difference. Not everyone can do that. But you can. And I think Mr. Drake can. Maybe. Not sure yet. If you choose not to help us, that's your business. But I can't promise you safe passage off this station. And the time is coming where you have to take a side. And you're stuck here. You can't leave this conflict. I should know. I'm trapped here too. You need to choose who you're going to back in this situation. I'm not going to demand anything of you now, but as we talk, I encourage you to keep that in mind.
Doesn't feel like much of a choice when you threaten my safety.
I don't mean to come across like I'm threatening your safety.
Mr. Gear, I work for a living. Palace Drake is my job, and I've collected him.
Who hired you, Bounty Hunter?
My guild acquired this position for me. But, so you understand, I work for pay. If you want my help, it will cost you.
Can I roll a read person on Gear to see if he's like, if his intentions are what
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Just gonna roll.
Oops.
So, you have to beat a 13.
Okay.
Jesus.
I just want to aside while this roll is happening and how unhappy Sloan is with everything I do with this character.
That is not true. I'm
The
very
massive
happy with the
eye
things that you're
roll.
doing. No. That's in character.
Give me more money.
No. That's in character. That's not me eye rolling at you. That's Palace being a bitch.
Yeah. No. Okay. So, Vance, as you finish the sentence, asking him to pay, you see him sort of like pause and think for a moment, and he asks you.
I could be a valuable asset to you, Gear.
Bounty was for Palace Drake. Your bounty was for Palace Drake, but Palace Drake, as far as anyone knows, as far as anyone really on this whole station knows, Palace Drake is on a freighter headed to Ganymede with the rest of the Drake family.
Do you really think this bounty was issued by someone who's still on Ceres? I
No.
can take a guess, and so can you. But a bounty is a bounty. And
But I think
Drake.
you're lying to me. Can you prove me wrong?
I take my fucking helmet off. Like, what? Why would I lie to you, man?
Also,
I
I
think of
rolled.
one reason why a bounty hunter would lie to someone. Someone in my position. Do you think you're the first to come in
You
here?
think I'm the first bounty hunter to lie to you? I pull down my wristband and I show him the tattoo. Do you know what this means?
Am I supposed to be impressed by this? What does it mean?
It means I'm part of the most pristine and revered bounty hunter guild on Earth.
On Earth.
Whoever hired me, and we can both take a guess at who it was, but whoever hired me didn't hire someone from Ceres for this job. They brought me from Earth. That's a 2-week journey. That is a flight that killed my ship. I'm not lying to you.
Make a bluff check.
Oh boy. All right. So what's the DC?
He's gonna roll read person on you.
Okay.
He's got a +4 to this.
For my read person on Juris,
Yeah.
I've used tenacity to roll a 13.
Okay. He rolls a 12.
So the
What?
DC is a 12.
Can I intervene?
Okay, I'm gonna burn
Can
6 tenacity.
Vance? Vance? Can
Okay, so you come across as a stalemate. Now, Al, you read person on him. What were you trying to
No,
find
no,
out?
no. Burning 6 tenacity with me at 13.
Yeah, so you succeed.
Okay.
What'd you roll on your D4?
Oh, got it 2.
Al, what were you trying to find out with your read person check?
I just wanted to see if what he was telling us was like he was being genuine and there wasn't any like subterfuge or like
Everything he told you is completely up on the level. He believes everything he's saying.
Okay. I also did roll a 1 on my D4.
Okay. I'll say that he knows that you know he's being honest. And so if you do something that contradicts that, he's probably going to do something bad.
Can I intervene for a second here?
Of course, yeah.
I am in a situation that is not easy to get out of for me, nor do I anticipate getting out of it, nor do I expect to get out of it. I'll be here with these people until they get me back to my family, or we explode and spaghettify in the vast expanse of space. Doesn't matter, but I'm here until that happens. If Ceres explodes, then so do I. So does everybody else that's here.
Actually, Palace, I hate to cut you off,
No,
but that is absolutely not what is going on right now.
If Ceres explodes, I'm just saying, if Ceres explodes and some bad shit happens, then I will explode too. No, I'm just saying.
You're super my hostage, and I'm super not gonna blow up on this planet. So
Just give me a second, Vance.
All right, I'll let you have your soapbox. But you're not gonna blow up on this plan.
Okay, fine. But anyway, you're asking for Al's help. She's really good. Vance and I can also help you. So, if you are amenable to it, and if you're not amenable to the idea, then at least amenable to some recompense, I suppose, then
Are you offering me money?
yes, that's exactly what I'm offering you. What the fuck else would I be offering you?
Your money has no value here.
Okay.
What do you
hang on.
mean? With
The
money,
station.
with money, you could fix everything.
Oh, you're ruining this.
He sort of leans back, says, "The money you offer us is used to keep us tethered to the station. We need to leave."
And
Okay.
how will you purchase? How will you obtain the weapons with which you will break your chains or whatever the fuck you want to do? How will you get it? Through what means?
When you are buying your products from the entity that seeks to keep you in bondage, the price is never low enough for you to afford it.
Damn.
We need to go
He's
outside of the system that you are participating in. So I don't expect you to understand, but maybe you can watch and learn.
But I can afford anything. Anything.
Then I encourage you to walk out into the core and try to buy your life back from the people who will take it from you.
Oh, damn. Again, damn, this guy. He's so good.
I don't trust you, Vance.
You're
You're not the first bounty hunter
don't.
to come in here, and you're not going to be the
It's-
last person to try to put a bullet in my head if you chose to make that.
I'm here
decision.
for Palace Drake, not you. And I rolled higher than you on that bluff check because I spent a lot of tenacity, so you believe that.
No, he's not gonna press the issue. He's not gonna act on his suspicions. You've
No.
persuaded him.
All
But
right.
you can't.
Okay,
You
so
can't,
in
you
that
can't
case- in that
override
case-
like months of experience based on this one roll.
Joris. All right. So I'm back in it. Joris. Ask Ed. Ask my compatriots. Ask anybody in the car. My friends and I are more than capable. And
Absolutely.
we can
This I
help
know.
you with what you need. But my services, and I have Ed as my top reference for these services,
Top.
come at a price.
What price?
100 credits.
Kind of looks at Palace, looks at you, says, "We have someone who's willing to pay, and we have someone who wants to get paid. Looks like you all are a match made in heaven to me."
My credits from Palace are my deal with him. If you want services from me, they must be bought by you.
What benefit do you get from using my credits versus Palace's credits? I can just steal from Palace and give you those.
And what honor would you have then? I hold by the honor of the code of my guild. If I serve you, I serve by your credits.
Oh damn. Oh,
He looks at
damn.
you and says,
Damn.
"We have no credits to give you."
Have you a mechanic?
We do have people.
Have you people that can fix my ship?
Your companion here, I think, is more than well suited to that job.
My companion here is with me. Do you have others
No.
who can fix my ship?
Talking about Al. He kind of like motions to
I
Al.
understand that you're talking about Al, but Al will stay with us and with me.
Not if he takes her.
Do you have people who can fix my ship that will replace the credits that you would owe me for my service?
When the job is done, we'll pay you with whatever services you require to meet your next goal.
Vance,
Okay, just because the ship is super broken, so I just want to make sure you got people that can handle that.
Vance, I don't think that we have any like.
Juris leans in and
Shush.
with a lot of weight
Oh God.
and with a look that says read between the lines, he says, whatever your goals for after I achieve my ends here and get my people off of this station, I will give you whatever you need to make that happen. I don't know why you're here, but I get the sense that I can help you.
A bunch of times. Okay, well, I'm also telling you can help me.
How many
By-
people are you trying to get off the station?
2,400,683.
All of them.
All of them.
Why?
Because it's the right thing to do. Because these people have helped me survive, and now it's my turn.
You have no chance of getting all of them off of here. That is foolishness. It's a dream. You'll die trying to achieve that. All of us, every one of
Maybe.
us in this room.
The first step is to buy time. Any other questions before I talk to Alice about the thing I pulled you all here for? Because I'm busy. I'm a busy person. I think we've come to an agreement of sorts. I won't kill you. You won't kill me. We'll work together as our goals align.
Whatever the... I'm gonna step closer to him and speak in a softer voice so that the other two don't hear me. Just like, please don't put the other two in a dungeon.
At this point, he kind of steps back and like lets out this big guffaw, like loud. It kind of echoes in the room. The guy in the robe sort of jumps when this happens, and he says, "You're not gonna be in a dungeon."
Wait, what the fuck? We were told we were gonna be in a dungeon.
You know, I just tell people that to scare them.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Oh god damn it, Ed.
Jesus Christ, Ed!
Ed starts like
Fuck you, Ed.
Ed has no idea how hard I'm gonna kill him when the end of this comes around. I'm gonna murder every single one of these people, and I'm gonna have a big smile on my face when I do it.
Juris says, we'll have accommodations for you, but Alice, you have a friend, Hamish, a farmer, works on the edge of the core. Hamish is a mutual friend of ours, and he's missing. Your connection to life, as I understand it. If we can get Hamish to help us, I think we can buy some time for us to escape. I need you to find him. He trusts you. You have history. As he talks about this, go ahead and make a recall person check for me, please.
I remember talking to you about this, and I don't remember.
We're gonna make it canon right now. I'm taking notes.
Recall person. Good
This
thing
is a DC 8.
I'm really bad at this. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm gonna burn a tenacity, but only one. To hit an 8.
Yeah.
I did it.
And what's your routine for? 1. Okay.
Oh.
So,
Roll
Hamish,
one, y'all.
Hamish is a kind of eccentric farmer who lives in the core and does low gravity cultivation.
Yeah.
Sort of off the grid in the in the warren, in like the outer edge of the inner edge of the warrens on the edge of the core.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember
at-
talking with you about this, but I don't remember what we decided.
when you started to prep for your departure from Ceres, your eventual departure, you met Hamish because he needed someone to repair a irrigation system. And when you visited, you found his farm, all of these like spheres of soil and substrate holding down these like lines of different strange plants, hybrids that would grow with no sunlight and very, very little nutrients. He would he had this weird kind of control over how these things happened, and he would supply people for off the books long distance voyages, creating supplies for them from this farm. And that's how you got connected with him. Tell me about this experience of repairing his irrigation system, and what you kind of came away with after with this relationship.
I think based off of what I remember from our conversation, I think Hamish.
You don't have to do it based on our conversation. You can
I know. I think Hamish has similar skills to mine, but they're not the same. So like the way that he grows his plants is a lot like how I heal people, where it's like I am giving part of myself to someone, but that like for him it's like he's giving parts of himself to his plants. So he's kind of like an empath druid, if you will, like very nature based, and I'm more like people mech based. And so we kind of realize that we have this commonality, which is how we bond, because he also doesn't like being around people. And so it's kind of that like he's the first person that I could have been around and felt comfort, instead of like I feel like I'm crawling out of my skin.
When you're around other people, you feel their emotions like a raw nerve. But because this other person is open, what you end up with is emptiness, because you both are sort of accepting things from around you.
And so kind of fixing his irrigation has been one of the easiest things I've ever done with my empath skills, because I didn't have clutter in my brain and I could just focus. And so it was this like calm and like beauty and emptiness that I haven't experienced since I was small.
Your setback is you had a falling out. So after this repair, you all developed this friendship.
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, we wanted different things. He got into the fold of some folks who wanted to use his abilities for some untoward things, and I disagreed with it, because I mean, I guess like I felt like they were trying to exploit him, and I felt like it's only okay if like it's coming from you to exploit the powers that we have, and they were not taking into account like what it took from him. And so he was willing to kind of sacrifice himself for like social like growth, if you will. And I am unwilling to do that. Like I'm unwilling to move out of my basement. I'm unwilling to use my skills to get ahead. I'm like I like to stay underground, and he doesn't want that. He wants to kind of like come out of it.
Yeah, I almost feel like there's a spotlight on him a little bit, and you were like, "Oh, that's not for me."
Right. Like if he kept on the trajectory he was in, I would become more notable than I want to be. Like there was no way to hang out with him while keeping my anonymity. God, I can't say that word.
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Okay, cool.
See anemone.
Awesome. So as he mentions Hamish, you flash back to this experience, and after a moment, you come back to the present, and he says, "I don't want to worry you, because I know you were close for a time, but we can't get in touch with him."
Perhaps he doesn't want to be in touch with other folks.
And this is why I think it would be good for you to be the person who reaches out. Explains the gravity of the situation.
I don't know that I understand the gravity of the situation myself.
We need you and
the
Hamish to work
engines
together.
just gave out, and the gravity literally just like turned off for a second. So
Literal gravity of the situation.
oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We need you to infuse the life support systems of Ceres with a spark of life. We need you to wake Ceres up.
Do you understand what you're asking?
I think I do.
I think you don't. I don't think you understand at all. Because if you understood it all, you wouldn't ask me to. And for all you know, I can't do that.
I leave the choice in your hands.
Okay.
But I need your answer.
Right now? You can't give me like, I don't know, 5 minutes? Can't talk to my friends?
I walk up
Talk to your
behind
friends.
Alice and I say, she says yes.
Does she?
I stand up and I look him in the eye and say, do I?
Hey Alice.
You do.
Hey Alice. So earlier you tried to heal me, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did that feel like for me?
When Alice tried to heal you in the car, they were just stabilizing your leg.
Okay.
It felt like they were fucking with a broken leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Lord. There's
Any of my
so
my
much
empath.
pain, just all the pain. Okay.
But that's
I think
point.
that
You know the pain that you felt there. Imagine it worse.
I'd rather not actually.
Wow.
I don't know about saying that you're down, Alice, but if you are, then I'm here too.
I can't promise you, Hamish.
And I can't promise you that this won't be a horrible experience.
I
But
can
we
promise
both
you
try.
that it will be.
Well, sounds
fair.
great.
All I ask is that you try. Worst
Sure.
case, Hamish says no, and he dies on the station with the rest of us.
Oh boy.
But I will say, and I look at Vance, that you do not speak for me. And I need to make that clear. I speak for myself and myself alone. I am not part of your business, nor you part of mine. And you will not mess with me. If I'm willing to upend my entire life for the good of Ceres, imagine what I would do to protect myself against you.
But
I don't presume to speak for you
You just did.
in the interest of your safety and the safety of my ship.
I don't care about your ship, and I don't care about my own safety.
Then consider that the last time you receive that from me.
Good.
Juris, a word in private. And I take my sniper rifle and my submachine gun off and hand them to Al.
I'm gonna take him.
Okay.
I would really like
Alice steps
Al.
in and grabs them.
Nope, they're mine now.
Great.
Like,
You pull Juris off to the side.
Like into a fully isolated
He-
room.
He kind of motions to you, and you all step into another sort of alcove. It seems like he's pulled you into sort of an office. There's a big desk here that's mounted to the floor with, it looks like, pipe, and there's papers spread out. It's very, very stark. And there's like, it's dark in here. There's not a lot going on. visually.
I'd take my helmet off. And I say, Joris, you have the interest of 2 million people at hand. Yes.
I'm interested in 2 million people.
The reasons for which I'm not interested in. But I want to clarify between you and I and the DM that if this rock explodes, 2 million people who you intend to protect will die.
I'm not gonna let this rock explode.
I want to help you make sure. Wait, hang on. Let me backpedal a little bit. You want to stop the rock from exploding?
That's the goal. We're trying to get people off. Buy time.
Okay, you want to get people off by the time it explodes. Okay, so that's the goal. That's a very different goal from stopping the rock from exploding. That would be a whole different. You understand how that's like a different.
I can understand how you'd be.
You get how that confused me. Because those are two different things, right?
Yeah, I kind of pride myself in being a pretty precise speaker.
Right.
Sure.
Well, here's the thing. Critical feedback. It's what I'm all about. Honestly, I'm a great copy editor back on Earth. Here's the thing, Juris. I see your cause, and I believe in it. I don't know what you heard about me and my friends from Ed.
What you know about me? What you know about me?
He said you're really good at shooting people.
And that you're
Did he say that I was really good at flying ships and hacking
and
hacking equipment and fixing things? You're not here. Don't you fucking speak for me right now.
I'm from outside the room, and Alice is really cool.
My friends and I
has her own opinions and deserves to have her choice of what she's doing.
Are unique individuals with their own personal choices. I've just learned because I had kind of wrapped around my head the fact that I had kidnapped all of them. But apparently I've only kidnapped one of them. But I do want to, before we move on, not this important, I want to cement the fact I have kidnapped one of them.
We get a bunch of fear that at least one of them is my prisoner.
We're getting outside the point, Juris. You want to get your people off this rock before it blows.
Get them off before it blows.
That's the plan.
I need you to stop laughing while I have this conversation with you because it's so metal.
I'm sorry.
How invested are you in getting your people off this rock? I already know that you care enough to kidnap one of my friends. I've heard about dungeons for me and my other friend. / hostage.
We established there are no dungeons.
I'm willing to do what it takes to make sure that this happens for me and my people.
Joris, and I pull him in close. I believe in what your cause is also. And I want to do everything I can and everything that me and my friends can to help you off this planet. And I'm only going to ask one thing in return.
Speak it.
You get on the last ship to leave.
That was always the plan anyway.
That's so dramatic.
And we'll be on it with you.
He reaches out to Predator handshake you.
Oh, that's bold. Oh, okay. I'm behind.
Return back to the room.
I'm behind with Allie. I'm behind with Al. First of all, I'm just like, hey, what the fuck?
Allie?
Allie's kind of cute. I like that name.
No, I don't. I do.
Dallas,
I kind of like
which
Allie.
is shortened to Alice, but Al for short, but also Allie because Al.
I kind of like Allie a lot.
I'm just like, what the fuck was that with him trying to say that you were okay with it? Like, what the fuck? I'm high off my ass right now. I'm so high. Do you have any water?
Can I just like get really close to you and put my forehead on your forehead and try to like empath feel your high? Because I just want to feel what you're feeling.
Okay. I don't know. DM.
I don't ask you. I just do it. And I put my forehead on your forehead and I just go shh.
You both kind of equalize.
I think that you feel like a bottomless panic.
I let go really quickly and back away.
A bottomless panic from Palace.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was so weird. Anyway,
I get really serious and I look you in the eye and I'm like, do you always feel that way?
What way?
We'll talk about it later.
We will not.
We will, but that's fine.
And scene. That's a scene. That's a scene. I'm cutting it off. Scene. Check in with your incentives. Lots of good shit. That was awesome, everybody. I know that you probably have things you want to cover here. Still, we'll come back to this place for next time. I need to. I'm sort of like at a place where I feel like we hit a good spot. I don't want to like continue doing this too long. If you have things you want to cover, just write them down so that you remember for next time.
Yes.
If you want to touch base with me about stuff like out of character, we can do that too.
Okay.
This was very good. I think we all got to a good like place where we all have goals, which is awesome. I love that. Really good choices on everyone's part. Check it, award yourself experience as necessary, and then we will call it a day.
Here's the thing: I didn't actually achieve any incentives really, but I feel like I deserve like 20.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Al was grappling with a thing that is like bringing up trauma from your backstory, right? So this is sort of a moment where if you want to create an incentive around that struggle, you could change an incentive to show character development that you are confronting this thing and this big task ahead of you. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but this is a moment where you could.
I know, you're right.
Do we get to spend experience at the end of sessions?
Always, right?
You can spend it with
want.
Right?
No, at the end of sessions. Don't do it in the middle.
Two tags. I get to put 2 tags on shots now.
Yes.
So double shot and empowered shot, 13 damage to 2 people.
I
can
think
get ready for it.
I have a significant amount of XP that I need to spend.
Up my empath shit because not super great at it yet, huh?
Hey, I would love to have more tenacity.
That willpower up, baby.
Okay, all right. We'll wrap this up real quick. Thank you everybody who is watching right now. Appreciate you. Please, if you are not following Bolt RPG on Twitter, please God go follow them. Go follow Ajay. He's a badass. And much appreciation to you. Love you so much. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.
And we're only on a roller coaster going up, so you should keep watching.
We are only on a roller coaster going up so far, so we will do another one
of
these next week if we're feeling good. But watch my Twitter.
Only for feeling good.
You can follow my Twitter and or Gourmet Games, and we will let you know if we are going to be on. So thank you so much. Have a great night. Love you. Goodbye.
Bye.